I'm here. Sorry. Happy Friday. Oh, thank you guys. Holy shit, there's a lot of people here. Well, oops. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm here. Can make sure you can hear me. Make sure the Instagram is on, please. My lovers, can you please make sure you hear me? Let me know that you hear me. And I am Reality of Kristen Marie of the Who Started You On podcast, and I need to know if you guys hear me or not. But this is Friday, and we are talking about the Bravo Hot Mic Moments, or Hot Mic podcast that my best friend Alex Baskin Robbins does. And I'm going to play the clips. He's done a lot of episodes. There's my dad. Thanks, Dad. See, my dad's the only one that lets me know you can hear me. You guys suck. You guys are the worst. Just kidding. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Q. Everybody, can you please subscribe to my best friend Q and DJ's channel? And the links will be in the chat, I'm sure. Somebody will put them in there for us. Also, please subscribe to Erin D. Smiling with Erin D. and Larger Curves. Large is here too. Hey, Large. I was just saying that. I don't even know you're here. How long have you been here? It's Larger Curves. And this is my dad. Hey, Large. Hey, Kath. How you feeling, Kath? And Mamira, my lover, my Danny girl. Did you watch Kelly and Rick this morning? I missed it. I'm upset. I was late. But I don't have a phone, but I did all my notes. I put everything up here, so we're just gonna, But I'm Reality of Kristen Marie, and there's 521 people watching. I forgot to say we're live on TikTok again, Instagram. We're Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Did I say them all? And X. So 5 platforms. And so that's what there's people watching. And if you have not subscribed to my channel or followed me on any of these platforms, please do so at Reality with Kristen Marie. And also, if you're listening on the Just Who Started You On podcast side, on Apple or Spotify, or on all of your podcast platforms, please. Oh my God, I'm forgetting my script. Please follow all the podcasts, please, or like and whatever you have to do. I forget what you do. Follow them, or listen to download the episode. Can you please give me a 5-star rating, please, on Spotify and Apple, or either one you can get to. You don't have to re-listen to the episode, but it does help me because I was thinking about taking it off the podcast platforms and just keeping it on all the socials. But I do feel like I should keep it on podcast platforms because I do there's a little bit of incentive or monetization, but not much, guys. But I'm not complaining because I said from day 1, this is year 4. By the way, whenever January 1st is. January 1st will be my 4-year anniversary on YouTube. 3 years on this channel and a year and a half on Adam's channel every day, building my platform. So I cannot say anything bad about him for that. I will always give him and Jason credit for being my 2 best gays for a year and a half. And, basically I wouldn't be here without them. Hey, Money Grace, and also Zach too. Money Grace always reminds me to thank Zach. But all right, so Dorit PK. Now I know that this hot mic. Oh, Danny girl. Oh my God, you made me fucking cry twice this weekend. She put me on the top 10 of podcasters this year to look at, to watch it. Something like I was just like, I just saw it. I didn't really rate it. I just knew that it was good before I posted it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that for me. Like I have imposter syndrome, so I really appreciate it. And it was something that we were talking about this weekend too, was imposter syndrome. Oh, by the way, last night at 1:00 in the morning, I was on Sean Atwood's channel. They were on it for 10 hours yesterday because you guys don't know who Ronnie Bell is, but Ronnie Bell was missing. And they did like a 10-hour thing, and I ended up on there with Shane and Murph last night, just chatting. There was 4,700 people watching. But yeah, so I don't know. They're in England, but it was later for them there. Yeah, link to Danny Gossip Girl channel and podcast, and I cried. And then I cried trying to leave you a message this morning because I read your message back. I'm crying over that. Like, what is wrong with me? I love you. You really made my year. And that was what I was saying. So it's year 4. It'll be coming up year 4 for me. I cannot believe that I'm still doing this, and I still love it. It doesn't suck the air out of my life. It does not suck the joy out of my life. And I don't know how to celebrate 4 years, but I'm only at 22,000, which is not good it's not good, but it's not bad. But I know that it's organic, and that's the best thing. I've stopped that. You would cry if you read it. You should read it. I'm on the top 10 list. I'm ready top 10. No, I'm so excited now. I've reposted it and everything. But all right. So Dorit PK. So this whole thing. Now, I watched the clip, and that's what I have, the clip of Mo and PK talking. I am not going to suspect that he is not sober. I know that Dana thinks he's not sober. And you know, we can agree to disagree. I think that he is. I don't know how I feel about all that. Thank you. Isn't it nice to be proud of me at something? Well, you wouldn't be proud of me when I was like doing bad stuff, but like proud of me for something I accomplished instead of like, disappointed in us. Isn't it great? Be proud of my dad too. We were like bah humbugs on Christmas. I will try to be a better housewife watcher. Oh, you literally, I do. Wait, let me, Kath, have you enjoyed what you have watched? Because we have made you watch it. Have you enjoyed it? And I also have a story about the Dolores too. Speaking of housewives, so with PK and Dorit, so him and Mel are sitting there, and I'm gonna just play for you. I don't know if do you want to play? Tell me, do you want to play it first and then talk about it, or let me just set you up for it. I don't know which one I'm going to first. We have Brittany too, and Jax, and Dory and Lala last night. That clip I have. I don't need this. I have what else I have for you guys. Watch What Happens. Oh, Joe Bradley from yes, and a little bit of Jason on Southern Hospitality. And what else? I have a bunch of clips. Okay, because there was no shows to watch this week. Oh, and here's the one I want to talk about. So first, actually, I want to put Dorit on first. So this is Dorit first. So let me share my screen. Dorit is talking about. I'll show you. Let's play, then talk, please. Okay. Okay. So this is PK talking about Dorit. And this is what everybody's been talking about all weekend. I was like, I was waiting until today, but everybody got ahead of it. I'm like, Jesus. All right, there it goes. I'm gonna stop it every 10 seconds. Don't be mad. I won't talk.
Tell me what your reaction.
Okay. Alex Baskin Robbins. When you hear me say Baskin Robbins, this is the person I'm talking about. Look how he's looking at me. He hates me. I hate him too.
Was to Dorit's characterization of what was happening between.
See the smirks on their faces?
You guys.
I was shocked, disappointed, and upset at what Dorit had to say.
I think he's not a bad looking dude, I don't think.
First of all, I'm really proud and public about my sobriety, and I'm 12 months in 2 weeks.
Woo!
So let's go. I think sobriety enables me to breathe and let him continue until he runs out of air, and then I can respond. I'm now completely clear. My public sharing of my sobriety was about recovery. It was to inspire other people that it doesn't matter how dark it gets, you can recover. You can't do it on your own. You need people. It's a
true that, buddy. Very
emotional, tough journey. The toughest one I've really taken.
Yeah.
And you also don't necessarily realize.
I struggle every day, but it got easier like after 5 years. Yeah.
How this disease has got you until you work out that you actually have this disease. And many people, unfortunately, don't work it out and don't
make it
get better. And it's a really cunning, sophisticated illness, right? Almost like it's got its own personality, its own soul. And when you get older, it becomes progressive. So
yes, it does.
It's one of those things that the older you get, the worse it gets. So Dorit's lack of understanding about sobriety is not her fault.
Guys, it's 12 minutes long, all right? Just letting you guys know. And I'm not going to see the chat because I have to stop it, so I have to do it from the other thing, okay? And then we'll talk about it.
Well, she hasn't invested in it, and it's not something, she hasn't worked a program and hasn't done what I've done. So
I think Dorit should have went to Al-Anon.
There is no fully blown alcoholic. You're either an alcoholic or you're not, right? And I felt that some of those descriptions, which obviously my alcoholism
I didn't really think of him as an alcoholic.
had an element of responsibility in relation to the breakdown of our marriage. But that was just a component, right? And the truth is, if you understand the
Yes, addiction is the symptoms to the problem.
disease, alcoholism is a symptom, it's not a cause. So the reality is you have to get to what the cause was underneath.
Like, what are you getting high for? Like when I talk about addiction transfer, if you don't fix the addiction, like you can go get sober, but you have to fix the reason you started getting high to begin with.
But it's just not as simple as to say
Or transfers.
he was a fully blown alcoholic. That's why we're separated.
But wouldn't you say, though, that she was just processing at that point as well? You guys had just split, just
Dad,
separated?
if you're watching on Facebook, you will be able to see the other comments. I didn't realize that you were watching on Facebook, but if you're watching on YouTube and typing, you'll be able to see everybody else's comments. So, like, if you're, let me see.
So I think it probably was really confusing to her, too. And maybe she would look at it differently now, many months later.
Oh, 100%. Listen, it was emotionally difficult.
Sorry, I should have talked. My dad doesn't realize that you guys are responding back to him because I don't think he can see the comments on YouTube. But if he goes on YouTube, which I put it on your TV, by the way, my YouTube.
For me to watch it, Dorit spoke of bankruptcies, gambling debts, DUIs, and that she stood by me. I mean, it's not exactly true. The bankruptcy and all the gambling debts were well before I met her. And the thing for me, because I've recovered from all of the things that have happened in my extraordinary career.
I didn't know the bankruptcies were before him.
I've recovered from everything. I haven't gambled since 2008.
That's crazy. I didn't think. She made it sound so much worse.
I don't drink. Do you know what I mean? The bankruptcy was 2010, 9 during the credit crunch. All of that was past history. So
And
to
a lot
sit
of those
there,
things make you stronger. Like,
not only
Shut up, Mel.
make me stronger,
Yeah,
Mo, but
100%, you learn from those things, like having those type of difficulties, things in your life. I mean, I went through a bankruptcy,
We're not talking about you, though. Think about you, buddy.
25 years ago. Like it made
well,
me
mine
a
was
way
nearly
better
15 years ago.
businessman. Like, I've learned so much from that. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to be ashamed of any of that stuff.
No, but I'm not. But the point is,
No, I know
when
you're
someone
not.
you love, Dorit, is on TV
What the fuck are you on, Mel? Shut the fuck up. It's not even what he's talking about.
talking about the darkest times in my life
Maybe.
and suggesting that she held my hand through them, it's difficult to watch sometimes, particularly when she wasn't with me.
Hey, you were with somebody. Oh, he was with. You could tell.
When it happened. So from my perspective, I see that she's emotionally distraught. She's unhappy. And that was, when it was filmed, a really unhappy time.
Yeah.
And we just
It
separated.
was a low.
It was the all-time low. And I'd said, this isn't working. And we need some time apart. And
I got to tell you, I spent a lot of time with you, and I'm very proud of the way that you, with all kidding aside, with all of that stuff. I mean, you've been in situations where people we're partying, we're drinking, we're having a good
Yeah, you were. You partier, you loser.
time,
Just kidding.
and you just, you have been able to have a good time and just completely be, not drink and yet still be part of the group, and that's not easy. And so, I mean, I got to tell you, just being totally honest, like I'm super proud of you, and you've
Thank you,
done
man.
really well with that. So
yeah, I feel proud of myself. And I know that if you're a public figure and you're doing something, I get a lot of messages from people that have got sober, that I've
No, tired as fuck.
been an influence in that. And it is a unique personal journey. It's not, by nature, you want it to be anonymous. So I took a decision that
No,
I was going to
you're on Bravo.
share it, but I wanted it to be very positive about recovery. I didn't want it to be, he did that because of that, right? The answer is it's an illness. And I think I've spoken about this on the show, maybe in the next episode, but I'm full-blown recovery. That's the term, full-blown. That's where it should be used. I'm full-blown recovery. So it is tough to watch.
Yeah.
It is a period in time and it brings a lot back. So I did
He did sound really mad when she said full-blown alcoholic when she said it, but I get what he's saying. I know exactly what he means.
struggle with the first episode, but I'm not angry. I'm just sad to watch it, I never thought that us two, who are the tightest couple in the world, would ever be in a position where I'm watching this woman I love, the mother of my kids, talking negatively about me.
And my dad's on Facebook typing. He can't see your messages back because they don't show up on Facebook.
On a TV show.
Somebody tell him how to get on YouTube.
It's just unusual.
Yeah.
It's an unusual concept.
I want to go back to that in a minute because I want to ask you about the impact that you think being on the show has had on your marriage, because I know you have strong thoughts on that. But I also know, Mo, you have an interesting perspective on what being on a television show does to people's marriages and why it might challenge the marriages. So what's your feeling on that?
Well, I've been on this. How long have I been on this show?
14 years.
Oh man, 14 years. And you became from the hottest husband to the grossest. The most makes me throw up when I think about it. Oh God.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
It's a long time in life.
But what it's done is I have witnessed multiple marriages, multiple house husbands.
Well, you're a cheater and a fraudster. The brother's not the reason for your fucking divorce, dickhead.
Multiple housewives come in and go. We've had divorces. We've had all kinds of different things. And I can tell you that my perspective is not what happened between Kyle and I. Yeah. I actually think we had we survived this thing. But my perspective is that what ends up happening is that couples, when they watch themselves, end up reflecting and they actually see what their real relationship is like.
Wow.
They believe and they go to bed.
Look at Alex's face.
With a perception of their own relationship that is different than what once they watch it,
they're confronted with the reality.
And then they reflect and they see it from a different point of view and a different.
And you realize fucking girls and asking them to get kitty outfits and kitty bowls and I think that's the outside perspective that we needed.
Perspective. They're like, holy shit, that's what my relationship is. And then they start becoming.
Holy shit, I can't stand fucking Kyle. Oh my God, I hate her too. Goodbye, Kyle.
I mean, conscious of that. And once you become conscious of that, it now becomes part of the reality. And you start witnessing that. And you're like, yeah, that is what my relationship is. And all of a sudden you start seeing that both sides see that.
Plus the public noise with everyone else telling them this is what it really is.
100%.
Well, that wasn't the case with me, but from
see, Mo, it's not about you, motherfucker. He didn't like you. He didn't like you. You fucked his wife, remember? You fucked his wife. We know you did.
My perspective, I think seeing
a lot of our people,
yeah,
sure.
I think seeing Dorit change so dramatically from who she was before she went on the show to who she has now. She
has balls and tells you stop fucking cheating on me, motherfucker. Stop setting up fake robberies. Look at this evil face. This is the face of a man who stole $70 million with no conscience at all and kept it and doesn't have to pay it back. He has to pay the country.
She is now.
Man in the...
Dorit and I've spoken about this, being a public figure.
That's the fucking face. That's the face. The man who's taking his conservatorship against his own father, Mr. Mauricio Sr., whoever his name is, and getting a conservatorship to take all his fucking money because they don't agree with his girlfriend spending it. After he was literally running his company because he can't run it anymore a year ago. And now he's yelling it's a conservatorship. I don't think so. Sorry, guys. I'll let it run until 12.
Of going from anonymity to being this. But from my perspective, somewhere along the line, the entire narrative and the entire reality of who we were, who did what, completely changed. And suddenly I'm watching my wife be someone that is a different person to the person that I met and married and fell in love with. Now you could argue I've changed, but
that's
I'm
what I was
getting
going to
older.
ask you. If you were to reflect on yourself, do you think
people grow and learn, motherfucker? People grow and learn. People aren't always going to be the same. You put her on a show called The Real Housewives after you knew what was happening because you're friends with Lisa. You knew what the fuck was going to happen.
You've changed to the.
I believe this. I'm going to be really honest. Yeah. I actually don't believe I've changed at all. I think that I've stayed fairly grounded, and most of my friends and family will say he's not changed the slightest bit.
He's still
Dorit's change is in
still a gambling degenerate. Is that what you're trying to say? You never changed? You haven't changed, did it? No, sorry, you weren't when we started. Oh, sorry, my bad. You weren't when you started the show. But once you're like you said, once you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic, right? Once you're a gambling person, you're always a gambler. So are you saying that you have not changed, sir? Just kidding.
enormous. Now, I'm not saying it's all for the bad. She's got more beautiful as far as I'm concerned. She's an unbelievable, I've spoken about this mother, but the dynamics in our relationship and her perspective and her narrative of what has gone on are very different to mine.
Did you ever?
Yeah, you got her a fucking house robbed and a gun held to her head. And probably said the guy who sent it to 10,000. Sorry. Hey, Krista.
Ever consider then
Sorry.
walking away from the show?
We did consider that and we did talk about it. And one of the issues is when it started to get bad, you know, particularly in more recent seasons, you know, you were quite a part of the conversations. And I actually said to Dorit before she signed up for this season, I said that
Okay, stop it.
if we don't make it, if we're not together, would you still do the show? Because there was a point that she was going to walk from the show.
Why?
But I didn't want her to walk knowing that our marriage was in jeopardy and then her say, you made me lose my job. So I would never do that.
But isn't that kind of circular?
He was going to leave her. So he knew he was going to leave her before. Yeah, he's been going to the UK and cheating on her. And we know he has a girlfriend. Now we saw pictures of her.
Because the challenge
I don't think Dorit knows about this shit. I don't know how she doesn't. Dana had pictures of her.
is you didn't think that the marriage would work if she was on the show.
What?
Well, I think I already knew that the marriage hadn't worked at that point. So
Okay.
there's a little bit of a difference.
Right.
You know?
Big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. So when he put her on the show, he knew the marriage wasn't working? Did I hear that right, guys? Let me remember. Is that what he said? Hold on. I never wanted to listen because I stopped it.
Because there was a point that she was going to walk from the show. But I didn't want her to walk knowing that our marriage was in jeopardy and then her say, you made me lose my job. So I would never do that.
But isn't that kind of circular? Because the challenge is you didn't think that the marriage would work if she was on the show.
Well, I think I already knew that the marriage hadn't worked at that point. So
Okay. This is so he knew 2 seasons ago, I guess.
Okay.
there's a little bit of a difference.
Right.
You know?
Big difference.
Yeah.
But you know, people change as they grow anyway, through experiences, through business experiences, through relationships, your relationship, et cetera, et cetera. What I'm saying is what the show does, when you watch yourself and you do it, you reflect, you just change in a different way sometimes also, right? So because most people don't get a chance to watch themselves.
But I think what he's saying, though, is that any experience in life changes you.
That's what
so this just happens to be a television show, but anything that you do sets you on a different course and you become a different person for better
basketball buttons
and worse.
We all change. Relationships change. Like that's why you started saying like relationships, marriages are difficult with or without the show.
Tell me Mo doesn't look like shit. We got 2 more minutes.
Right, because people change.
Yeah, but
you meet somebody when you're 24 years old, and when you're 34, you're a different person.
No, you grow together and you change together. And let me finish before you interrupt me. The reality is
yeah, Mo, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares what you have destroyed your life, sir. Nobody wants fucking advice from a guy who stole $70 million from the most dangerous man in the world, his son, and he probably is going to unalive you one day. And then you literally are trying to then you lost your job, and then you literally were on having an affair. Okay, and PK knows your little disgusting, dirty little scumbag secrets. Okay, you're secretly a dirty little scumbag, right? Nobody wants advice from you, fraudster. Shut the fuck up.
I mean,
I'm talking about core.
We've been here for
core
30
values.
Minutes and you've had 22 minutes.
Core values. I'm talking about.
You hear what Mo just said? You have taken up all the time. Wow.
About you don't necessarily.
We don't want any more of your lies, dude. I don't want to hear a fucking word out of Mo. Really, I don't care what the fuck he's got to say about shit. He's scumbag. He's gross. Sorry, I'm cursing. I shouldn't curse.
So have
put a lot. I'll put like $5 in a swear jar. Okay.
To change your fundamental core values.
Well, but
so what's
it just changes.
what's important?
You're not changing.
But
you change because you change, PK. Like
also, it's the age-old question too, because I think this with money and fame. The question is, do they change people or do they reveal them?
100%.
Well, he's asked you a question. How can't be 100%? It's got to be.
No, that's 100% the right question. He's right. I mean, in the question, there's an answer.
You'll never know. I would like to try and answer that. If you apply that to Dorit, has Dorit become who she was always going to become, or did the environment change her? Right? That's the question. And there's no way of answering that because you don't know who Dorit would have become. Dorit being who Dorit is, she always had that underlying personality. You know, whatever her issues are, be it control or whatever, they always existed.
No.
See, I think for Kyle, for example, that's completely different. She is in that environment. She's been in it for 14 years. And I think Kyle is extremely grounded and down to earth. And I don't think that the show has gotten to her the fame, the money.
She's the biggest snake in the fucking world. She's got no friends. She's a walking fucking, she's a walking nerve. She's like, oh, he's nervous. Like, oh my God, like literally like her whole life. You literally have done the world. You have done the worst to her. Oh, you're so dumb.
At all.
This is why you aren't together.
I think that she is the exact, same person that she was before the show, before, we both made money.
She hasn't grown at all, he's saying. She's still the same little bitch she was when we started.
Yeah, I don't think it has changed her at all. Like,
although it's increased her anxiety levels, right? And it's given her
there's a bunch of other shit that has happened. But
Yeah.
the perspective of you talked about the fame and the change.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gotten. I don't think that has affected Kyle at all.
I think it's affected Dorit,
Right, completely different people.
and they're different people, and I think that it
Why are
affected
you arguing about this?
Dorit.
Watch the video edition of Bravo's Hot Mic podcast at bravotv.com /.
So, oh, wow. What do you guys think? Hold on. So, I was reading what you guys were saying. Let me see what you guys are saying again. I think that I don't know what they're arguing about. I don't know what this is deal with. Why are they fucking arguing? It was so dumb. Mo wanted all the attention, I guess. I guess in the podcast, like, I didn't want to go through the whole episode of that one because there's a bunch of other ones we can watch real quick. So I want to watch Jax and stuff. I want to talk about what Jax says. As I remember, I was telling you guys about this interview, and then I just found it. It was just a month ago. Trying to get my light on here. It's dark, isn't it? Ah, there we go. Oh, so much brighter. Okay, these 3 men together. I know, right? They don't have a clue what the fuck is happening, right? Exactly. I don't understand. So there's a part where PK says that she became, she was always freaking out or just always upset or something at him. And because he was cheating on her because he wasn't home. And I just thought we had to separate at that point because she wasn't happy. Sounds like PK when he wanted. I know. I agree with you. Okay. Lauren says, sounds like PK wanted to divorce Dorit a long time ago, which would be before he got sober. Yes. Okay. Yes, exactly. So it's full of shit saying he wants separation. Well, that's the thing. He just said he did clear it up. He goes, this was not the cause. My alcohol was not the cause of my divorce. There's a lot of other elements to it. He said that. And he said he knew before going into the season, 2 seasons ago, that he wanted the divorce. And remember how he was never home, how she was saying he was always gone? The kids would have never known. I think he definitely had a girlfriend. He's going to say he didn't, but I definitely think he had a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Why? Because, I mean, I guess he just got, he said she was, Dorit's pretty hot, but I guess, that doesn't really matter to him. You know what I mean? Like, I guess, it is what it is. I don't think Dorit's a bad person. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe they just depended on that money. He's the one that got her the job, right? But maybe they stopped working after that. Like, I know they tried to open up businesses, but I don't know whatever happened to them, like Bikini or whatever, Beverly Beach or something. A bunch of stuff. I don't know if he gets money from Boy George. I know he was like, I don't know. I think you've told me before, Danny, what he does actually for a living. Or maybe Dana told us. Kathy says the only person who is on the same level as Cody. Who is? Oh, and and TJ. Oh, okay. So yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, everybody does think she's annoying. The only thing that bothers me about her is the robberies. You know what I mean? And the lying. And I'm not going to say she's lying. Let's say allegedly about her. I don't know about this. I don't know. I kind of feel like when you say that you had a gun held to your head and then there's no gun in the police report, I'm kind of like questioning things. And when they're like these really nice robbers that just decide to leave the cell phone for you and then tell you where they left it and tell you that that in 15 minutes it'll light up. I'll make sure it lights up for you so you can see where I leave it. Okay, nice robbers you are. And then there's an interview with PK saying do you guys ever hear the one where he says that they caught the one guy and he's and Dorit's sitting next to him and she's like, what? You didn't tell me that. But why wouldn't you tell her something like that? She had a gun held to her head. Kathy said Dorit was on the show due to being married to BK. Yeah, he got her on the show due to her being a veteran. I mean, yeah. You think she looks like a gold digger? I mean, she's married to him. I mean, I feel like she's the only one making money. So he's the one who's like, she's not, he's the one making, it's not like she's doing nothing. He doesn't have a job when we meet him. So maybe he's a gold digger. I think that she fell in love with him. I don't know if it was for money at first. It was probably a lot part of it, but I think that it was easy. I don't think he's a bad looking dude. He looks better skinny, but I feel like she did fall in love with him. And I think, it's easy to fall in love with somebody. I mean, at this point, I mean, I think when you're like their age, looks matter a little bit, but not really. I know. I know. I would be annoyed too. And I really do think a lot of it has to do. I think he said when she said she changed, I think a lot of it had to do with that. And remember how she was acting like the part of the problem was he wasn't understanding her PTSD from it. When he's like, motherfucker, there shouldn't be a PTSD, you liar. You know what I mean? So what do you guys think about what Mo said about Kyle? And oh yeah, I detected gambling too. I mean, I don't know, like how was he like? I mean, he's in Miami. It was in Miami with Mo, partying his ass off during the mini BravoCon, right? Somebody said they saw him drinking, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to allege it, or I have to say allegedly. I'm not going to say it for sure. I don't know when he's in the recovery of it, and he's talking about it a lot, and he has a sober coach. I mean, I would want to think that he did stay sober, and he wouldn't be lying to a sober coach. I know he wouldn't be caught on camera or like doing something, maybe gambling. He does, because even if you bet on like a game, it's gambling. Like you don't even have to go anywhere to gamble. You can gamble from home. I'm just saying, but I have to catch up on Sister Wives. All right, so next clip. I think the next one's about Jax. It's Brittany, and then we'll play Jax's. Actually, let me play Jax's first. This is where I'm like, we need to talk, motherfucker. And by the way, the clip is actually 11 minutes long. I'll show you. And it says 11:11. I think Dorit fell in love with the Chanel and loved him for all the. Well, she was the only one working, so she was buying everything. Jax is definitely a mess. Wait till you hear this. This is about a month ago, right? We got out of rehab. He's not changed one bit. Oh shit! What am I doing? God, stop it, Krista. That's good. Oh, present. Okay. All right, Jax Taylor. It's about Brittany. First of all, look at him. Now, you guys know my history with Jax. I've been blocked by Jax since 2014. And I probably knows how I feel about him. There's nothing to do with what he has done on the show. Well, actually, yeah, it does a lot to do with it on the show. What he did to Sandoval, but I'm kind of about that now because Sandoval's just a bigger piece of shit as he is. But the thing with his mom, okay, when his father died, I've told you this before, when his father died, he decided that he was going to, well, his mom didn't tell that Jenny and Jax how sick their dad was. He had cancer, he got it, and he was terminal. Jax didn't see him as much, or he didn't go there or something. The mom didn't tell them. The father didn't want them to know. I don't know why, but the mom listened, but I would listen to my husband too. So she didn't tell Jax how sick her husband was, their dad. So when he died right away, Jax has been devastated. Jax has punished his mom ever since. It's been 7 years. Okay. It's been 7 years since his mom died. He never spoke to her again. After the mom died, so not only does she lose her husband, she loses her son, and the daughter stops talking to her, Jenny. Then he gets married and has a son. She loses them too. So she loses everybody in her life because this motherfucker is a goddamn narcissist who thinks that he can punish. Like, if you can punish your mom and not speak to her after she lost her husband, your father, you know your father, and you're doing it because you love your father so much. You got a tattoo, make better choices, make good choices, love dad, because that's how his dad would sign his cards. Look at my chopstick. And then I'm like, that will make better choices. Your dad would be, if you're so honoring your dad, you should have talked to your mom. He would have not wanted her by herself. And to go through that by herself, losing her husband terminally, and I think he was sick for like 6 months. That was it. And she just listened to her. I would probably listen to my husband. I don't know. I guess maybe, I don't know. I would take it mad at her for like a year, right? But it's been like, you have a kid now, and she still doesn't have her family. It's like so crazy. And I would, that just shows you what kind of fucking asshole he is. If he can do that to his mom, imagine how he just cuts off Brittany like he does, his woman wife. So if he can cut off his mom, he is a dick. Dad, why don't you go on Instagram or YouTube so you can talk with everybody? Just go on your phone, go on the YouTube, click it, or click on my all you gotta do is click on my link. Click on my link that's on in Facebook, and you'll get to the YouTube side. That way you can see what everybody else is saying. He is a dick, but listen to the shit. So this is him after he went to a mental illness rehab. They made him go. The show made him go, by the way. You guys know that, right? Allegedly. You can see it, right? Yeah.
Me to fuck up. It's expected for me
Oh, sorry.
to go back to my old ways.
Shh, shut the fuck up, dude. Nobody. Sorry.
There's some skepticism when you talk about
Mr. Baskin Robbins.
changing.
Yeah.
Because you've said that before,
Yeah.
and then a lot of the same things have happened over and over again. And Brittany doesn't think that you're necessarily capable of changing.
Every fucking reunion we hear from Jax, I'm a work in progress. What do you run from me? I'm learning, I'm changing, I'm growing. I'm a work in progress. Every fucking reunion for 12 years. He does the same shit. And I used to be him. That's why I can point this the fuck out. And I changed. He has not. Yeah.
What do you say to that?
That's her opinion. I've never been on medication in my entire life until I went to
No, just cocaine.
the facility. So I think this is playing a huge.
The facility, not for drugs, for mental illness and drugs. It's dual diagnosis. I wish he'd stop lying. Look at him. Look at this dude. He has lost. And I said this last season, and I did in the first and the Valley, that Jax takes everything good. He fucking ruins it. He ruins everything good he's ever had. He's always done it, and he fucking got this on the backs of Sandoval. He got the fucking podcast. I'm sorry, the podcast reality show and a bar on the backs of Scandival, and then he's ruining it. Okay, I'll stop. Every 10 seconds, I'll stop with I'll wait till the end.
Huge role. I was very stubborn. I didn't get help. This is the first time I've gotten help. This is the first time I went and had an outreach. Yeah, she's upset. She's upset. She's gonna hit below the belt. She's say things I'm not gonna change. She's gonna.
Jax, you deserve it. She should be upset. You have literally done nothing but fucking put her down and treat her like she's fucking nothing. Trash. And then we saw it.
Say this and that because she's hurt and she has every
right to be.
Every right to be. I as you'll see on the season of the Valley, people are probably going to come after me. I was in a really dark place. I did some really awful things.
You fucking are not. You are not a good person, sir. You're just fucking not.
And what I mean by awful things is I was verbally abusive. And it wasn't necessarily about Brittany itself. I would compartmentalize my problems during the day. If something was going on, if something angered me with my family or my friends.
What is your problem? What are you so fucking angry about, man? You claim your life's. Remember how I claimed this life's amazing now? Beginning of the Valley, remember?
Or if I just went to the grocery store and somebody pissed me off, I would compartmentalize it. And then unfortunately I would go home and my wife was the one that would be, in the line of fire, and I would just take it out on her. I would find something to set me off and take it out on her, which was so wrong. It hurts me that she says that.
Well, Jax, now see what he just said? Everything he just said, you might as well take it and shove it up your motherfucking asshole and pretend you didn't just say, because listen to this next shit.
Because, I would hope that she'd be like, I will always love him and I want him to change. I would hope she would say that, just for my own thing. I've been married to her for a long time, and I would just hope that after this many years that she would say that, she would at least say he's a good father, and I hope he changes down the road.
That has nothing to fucking do with you changing, asshole. She always said you're a good father, you piece of shit. Shut the fuck up. I can't stand him.
Road, not be so negative.
Because look what you've done, dude. You've lost everything. You're about to lose your bar. You only owe 12.5% of it anyway.
I don't understand that.
Well, I think that she hopes that you'll change.
tell her, Baskin Robbins, tell her.
I think she just isn't convinced that it's going to happen. And I think that's, sort of where time will come into play.
Yeah, I think she really wants to see me fail. I really,
You
really
think
do.
so?
I think so. I think
You have, well, what she wants to see you fail. Why would she want to see you fail, Jax? That makes no sense. If you fail, she loses money.
she wants to see me fail. I think she wants to.
For your son, she wants to see you fail. So fucking delulu he is. He's fucking delusional, y'all.
Prove everyone right. And to be honest, I've done nothing wrong since I've been out. I've been overly nice to her. I've actually been nice to her more now than I was to when I was married.
Well, that's fucking horrible. That is absolutely disgusting. I would punch you in the motherfucking face. You fucking you treated me like shit all these years, and now you're nice to me? I don't fucking think so. And I've been so nice to her until right now. And then you also just fucking lied and cheated, and shut the fuck up.
I go out of my way for her. And there's some, which is weird. She says all these negative things about me, but yet she'll call me like 2 days ago. Come over. You want to have some drinks? Come over. You want to hook up?
That has nothing to do with it, Jax. Just you have a big dick. It has nothing to do with it, dude. Just to get laid. Motherfucker, she's using your ass, okay? This is the way you think.
Like, she'll go out and publicly humiliate me and call me every name in the book. But 3 days ago, she's like, hey, you want to come over? And
you publicly humiliated her? Remember what you did with Faith? Remember the fucking clocking this shit. I'm sorry, I'll stop.
Have dinner? You want to come over and have drinks? Don't tell anybody that I'm doing this. So
it's embarrassing. And you just told everybody.
People don't know that. She talks all this shit, but then, she'll be like, come over, come and hang out, come on this.
What has nothing to do with getting back together, you fucking piece of shit? The fuck is wrong with him? See what I mean? He's Delulu. Lives in Delulu land.
So I don't mean to blow her cover, but
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm not all that bad. She wouldn't be calling me over. She wouldn't be saying, hey, let's go to the pumpkin patch with Cruz. Let's go to Disney with Cruz. Let's take Cruz together to school. If I was that bad.
She just heard Cruz. Because guess what, Jack? She said you're a good dad. And probably because if she doesn't go with you places with him, she doesn't trust you. Look at you. You look like you snorted a bag of motherfucking Coke. Just know it's
bad of a human being. Do you think she would do all this?
Why do you think that when you say that she doesn't want you to change? Why do you think that?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think she just.
Why do you think that, Jack? Does that actually make sense in your motherfucking brain?
I think I hurt her.
Yes. Yeah.
Bad. I think I've over the years I've really worn on her, and I think.
So then why are you not understanding that this is your motherfucking fault? It's all your fault. All your fault. Just like everything else is. You better call me, asshole. You better get back to me because we're doing a podcast episode together because you need to hear from me. You need to hear from me. You need to hear me.
I think I put such.
I've been fucking telling this motherfucker for years. I will not fight with him, but this is it. He needs to have a podcast. He's doing his podcast he's doing this on his podcast by himself.
A bad taste in her mouth, and I think the fact that I'm.
Yeah, when you fucking suck your dick in face pussy and then you put your dick in her mouth, that's a bad taste in her mouth, you fucking piece of shit. Sorry, Dad.
Decided not to work on the marriage. I think that was a huge blow to her because she thought I think she thought I was going to work on the marriage, and I think she was kind of a little bit shocked by that.
So you think that enough?
She left you. You won't leave her alone. She left you.
In other words, that if you end up in a good place, that
you wouldn't let her have the house, you scumbag. You made her and Cruz. You took him away from his fucking home. Because that's like she did your mother. You don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself, you fucking loser.
And I will end up in a good place.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Because every time you do, you ruin it. Do you hear me, Jax? You ruin it. You lose it. So knock it the fuck off. You were in a good place. You just had a good place. And you're a fucking Sandoval again. You are Jax fucking Taylor. You will never, ever change. I can't fucking wait to hear from this motherfucker again.
Yeah. And, so if you put in the work and
he doesn't have whose side you unblocked.
Things are headed
he might not know it's me.
in the right direction,
Right.
then that somehow
like harsh reality. That's not me. It's my evil twin.
reflects on her or just upsets her because it's easier just for you to be the asshole.
It's easier for me to the basketball. It's expected for me to fuck up. It's expected
We literally have 7 more minutes of this, so enjoy.
for me to go back to my old ways. So, it gives me more drive now to prove everybody wrong,
Really?
to prove that it was.
Finally, at age motherfucking 50, after you got everything now and you're like, you've literally ruined it again and you showed everybody on national television that now at 45, you're going to change. Now Jax is going to show us now at 50, he's going to show us again for the 10th time. He's going to show us that he can stand on his own, that he can do right, and he can be a normal motherfucking person.
wasn't a waste of time for me to go to the facility, that it wasn't a waste of time for me to get help. You know, being it.
Everybody's saying it. It's obviously true, Jax. If everybody's saying it and you need to prove everybody wrong, look at you. It's obviously true. You have learned nothing. If you went to mental health facility, you have learned nothing.
Trying to be an advocate for mental health. I don't want people to be like, he's full of shit, you know?
Well, then, oh my God. You want to be an advocate for mental health? Please get me Jax Taylor on the phone. Jax Taylor, please give.
So I'm working really hard on myself, and I'm working really hard to to make the right decisions. And unfortunately, you know,
I won't stop every 5 minutes and yell at you, I promise. But you need to get on this fucking podcast with me, man. This is a fucking joke, dude.
Everybody.
Now that I'm like Danny Girl's top 10, I think I can call Jax, right? I think I'm good enough now. Just kidding. I am.
Everybody's different. Everybody has their demons, and you know, I've just made some really fucked up decisions in the past. And
not the past, Jax. Well, yeah, maybe the past. Last summer, just recently, she wasn't gonna leave you, motherfucker. But she found out why you were away. What you fucking did, you cheated, motherfucker.
You know, but I'm
in her house.
I'm trying.
No,
what is it like coping?
I'm trying. I'm trying. I hate him.
Parenting when you guys are not getting along personally?
You know, it's been fine up until now. And I know not to break into this, the divorce, but people were coming after me because I didn't get a lawyer in the beginning. And it's not that I didn't want to get a lawyer.
Because you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. A real motherfucking idiot.
I was just trying to give Brittany what she wanted. And she told me right off the bat, yes, these are the things I want, full custody and all this. She's like, but you're going to see Cruz every day. I'm just saying this because, you know, I'm protecting myself. You know, I'm his mother. But she's like, you know, you're a great.
Because you're a fucking drug addict and you know it. And you know you're going to lose in court. And you'll never get custody of your son because you can't stop doing drugs. And she knows it and you know it. That's why you gave her everything she wanted, right? Full custody? You gave up full custody? Why?
Great father, you're going to see him all the time. So I figured, okay, I'm not going to fight her on this. There's no reason to fight. I don't, you know, and I thought, okay, I'd get him on the weekends and every Wednesday. I thought that was a pretty fair deal. I think people just thought I was giving up.
Right. Because just
that's not the case at all.
And you would never do that.
I would never in a million years do that. And we had a one-on-one talk about it. She's like, you know, I would never do that. I just protecting myself and that, you know, I have the final say. The only thing I have a problem with, and all this is what we've talked about, is medical. I want to be involved in the medical and I want to be involved in his schooling. So other than that,
why wouldn't you be?
You know, that's his mother. I want him to be in the house that he grew up in.
Whoa. You do? Now you do after she caught you doing drugs and shit, you scumbag piece of shit. You want him back in the house, you fucked other girls and you scumbag piece of shit.
Right now we're kind of, you know, going back and forth because we both have busy schedules with different things. So, you know, right now it's, hey, can you take him tomorrow? Can you do this tomorrow? It's just been back and forth, which I knew it was going to be.
Right.
I knew it was.
I knew it was going to be. I don't do coke. I know. I swear to God, I don't do coke. I swear. I'm just stuffed up. I had to have a cold. I swear.
Going to be like that. She's not going to want to hire a nanny every day. That's expensive, especially when I'm right down
Jax, she hasn't let you see him because you're on drugs, motherfucker.
The road. And I'm by myself and I'm constantly calling her every day. What do you need me to do tomorrow? What do you need? Can I grab him tomorrow? Let me take him for a couple hours to give you a break. Because he's a lot.
Why are you now being at 50 now? I don't think anybody thinks, and he's mad that he thinks that Brittany doesn't think he'll change. Why would she think you would change? Look at your ass, dude. You have gotten worse, sir.
So. It was one of the reasons that you wanted to take that place too, was that it was right down the road. So
I was right. Yeah, it was it's literally a mile down the road. Yeah. I can be there in 5 minutes.
Does Schwartz help with Cruz?
In all honesty, Cruz hasn't been to my house yet.
Because you're not allowed to see him.
He's got a beautiful.
And you want to go in the apartment next. It's the same apartments that they lived in when they were fucking first on the show. Tell me, I haven't read your comment yet because if I do, I'll just get more sidetracked. I can't stand him. I'm sorry. I'll be there in a minute.
Room all set up. His bed, his toy.
4 minutes of this shit. And then we'll talk about this.
Toys are all in there.
Okay.
Brittany is just not ready for me to have him at the house yet, which is understandable.
Okay.
But like I said, I think it's going to happen soon because it's a lot of work for her to deal with Cruz full time
on her own. Yeah.
And I'm here. I'm like, hey, let me take him for the weekend. Let me give yourself a break. Cause you know, mentally it's gotta be tough to be a single mom.
Okay. And
work and, you know, do everything you got to do. So I think eventually, you know, she's going to come around because I've taken pictures of Cruz's room and shown her. And I said, hey, listen, I'll put some cameras in the house that you can see if it makes you feel more comfortable. Whatever it is that you want, I'll do. Like, I'm very I'm very whatever what she wants. I'm very easy. I just want to make it easy for her. But the more easy I make it for her, the harder she makes it for me. And I feel like
because you don't stop doing drugs. Look at you. I just left him a message, a DM
she's not expecting me
for George's name.
Expecting this from me. I feel like she wants a fight. I feel like she really wants me to argue. She wants me to, so she can be like, see. I feel like that's what she's looking for. And the fact that I'm not arguing or just kind of walking away.
You don't have a leg to stand on, drug addict.
Which I never used to do. I used to have the last word. I used to have to yell and scream. I think the fact now
that you've changed, not changed. What are you talking about? You think that you've now that you're being super nice because you don't have a leg to stand on. But dude, she wanted you to be a nice guy the whole entire time. Not now. Now doesn't count anymore.
That I wash my hands of it, or if she gets angry, I just say, okay, whatever. I think it's bothering her a little bit because she's not used to that.
The paranoia, Mr. Pasta Man, is giving you away. Hold on. I'm sorry, good.
And I think she does see change. I think she really does, but I don't think she wants to admit it.
It's all really fresh too.
It is very fresh, and we're still trying to figure it out. Like,
yeah,
it's the ink's not even. Near dry on the papers yet. We're right in the middle of this divorce right now, right in the middle. And unfortunately, this process takes up to 6 to 8 months to go through. I have a buddy of mine who's on the show as well, Jesse, who's going through the same thing. And his is a lot worse than mine.
Yeah.
They're fighting over the nickel and diming over little things here and there. And they butt heads on certain things. And it's tough. It's really, really tough. I see him going through it, and I just hope I don't get to that point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely hope that for your sake too. Your marriages were very different in the first place.
Yes.
It's.
Different human being, and I really like this new Jesse. I hope. I know the divorce is really wearing on him. Like, he calls me, and it just cries, and just like, you never. I've seen the strongest men.
It was the ayahuasca. I think it was.
In the world, the manliest men just crumble during divorces. It just breaks guys. It just breaks them.
Because what the fuck? You broke her, you fuck, during your marriage. You broke her, you motherfucker. Sorry, I'm cursing. Sorry.
Yeah, well,
I just messaged Jax. He just messaged me. He just called me back.
Like you said, I mean, it's one of the ultimate stresses in life, and it is akin to a death.
It's like I said, the hardest thing in my life was my father's death, and now, like I said, this is right under that.
Has your mother met Cruz at this point?
No, and I haven't really spoken to my mother. I think she got wind of. I think, like everybody else, through the tabloids. She reached out to me while I was in the facility. She checked in on me every day. I've tried to reach out to her a couple times. She's very vague.
You hurt her, you fuck. You took everything away from her after she lost her.
Vague with me. I sent her pictures of Cruz. I do want her to meet him. I think at some point, I would regret it down the line if my son says, hey, why don't you try to work it out with your mom? Or how come I could have never met her? I think I would, never forgive myself. And, it's hard to hold grudges. It's hard to be angry and mean. It's a lot easier to forgive, let go, because we're not here for a long time, and yeah, I don't agree with what she did, but life goes on, and I feel like I don't need to be in the best relationship with my mother, but I would like to have a sit down with her. And we did talk about it the last week in my facility of meeting, and she agreed to it. So I'm going to go to Florida and meet her one-on-one, and then eventually bring my son over.
For more of my conversation with Jax Taylor, go to Bravo TV.
I can't with him. I literally can't. I cannot fucking believe, okay, I'll talk about this. You hear how much I live with him. So yeah, I left him a DM from George's Instagram, and I left a voice message. Then he messaged me back, or he DM'd me back, and then I said I'm live with 700 people watching. I don't want to talk about it. I said I will talk to you, or I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done. Then you got my messages, and he just so. Wouldn't that be fucking wild if he says yes? See how he literally said, like, to me, he's still in his fucking, like, he's still in his addiction. And he's still, because he went from, he's still the same. He still doesn't understand. Just because she wants to hang out with you, dude, doesn't mean that she wants to fucking get back with you. That's not it. The bigger picture is her life is over. Like, she's divorcing her husband because you haven't changed. She doesn't want you to fail. She wanted you to fucking succeed the entire time. You have a son with her. She doesn't want you to fail, you dumb fuck. Why do you say that? That's the things that I want to talk about with him. Like, I want him to hear. He was like taking questions from from his audience, and they were like asking him about like fucking dating and shit. I'm like, don't ask him about this. And every answer, I think I was playing for you guys. Every answer was like ridiculous. I'm like, listen to this fucking dude, man. Like, I don't understand. He has me blocked because of like a long time ago. I'm going to be I said, look, I even said, look, I have the same diagnosis as you. I was just like you at one point. I've learned my fucking lesson. I said, I just really think that we should have a really serious podcast talk live. Call me back. And you don't know I'm a crazy person that you don't like. I said, I don't know how to get a hold of people from publicists. I said, I do have a podcast manager named Amir. That I might, maybe you can send him like something more professional for me. Can you find an interview request or something, or like I think we can find it online, and I'll get you to send it to him because I want to at least have that on record. Like, I want to at least send him. Like, I don't want it to be, fucking. I'm like, do you hear yourself in the background? That's me. That's you. I'm cursing you the fuck out right now, dude. Because you're talking to Baskin Robbins and you haven't learned nothing, sir. I won't yell at you. But dude, we need to have a serious podcast episode talk. And I think that people will find it hysterical. But if you listen, if you don't listen, you don't listen to me. Listen, there's a time, okay. I know, and it is crazy. Like, he needs the right help. And I don't think that he knows how. I don't think he wants it. I think he was too worried about what was going on. The Valley was filming why he went away. They made him go away because he was getting in trouble. He was the way you heard what he said. I was doing a lot of bad things, blah, 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 blah. And then he found out that they were filming Sheena and Lala, and he fucking left rehab. So he did I think he did 30 days, but I mean, he really didn't. He was too worried. He didn't learn anything. Jax doesn't think he's the problem. Because he'll sit there and admit to all the things that he does, but then he'll fucking literally just then he'll excuse it. You know what I mean? He'll backtrack. The fact that he logically thinks that Brittany wants him to fail does not make any sense. Now do you really think that she wants to prove everybody right, or I'm sorry, be right? You know what I mean? She doesn't want that for you, asshole. And she's trying to do family things, and he's complaining about it now. So I hope she doesn't do it anymore with him after what he just did. I'll drop the link, Large, if you want. And I have Brittany to play next. So we'll see what she says about it. I don't know if she heard this or not. We can talk about PK and too, but in the meantime, I'll play Brittany. And let me know if you want to come up before I'll wait a couple minutes because yeah, guys, there's 700 people watching. Please, I know you can't see the number of likes I get, but please hit the like button. And guys, can I ask you guys a favor? Before you guys, after the stream's over, before everybody that's in the chat that's watching, can you guys leave a comment? Just any kind of comment, because the more comments I get, they get shared so much more. I realize that, and it's easy that way. It's like, because I don't get a lot of people commenting, but I realize if you guys could do it before you leave, you know what I mean, right before you leave, just leave a comment. Everybody, are you gonna come up? Cool. So I was telling everybody else that too when they're on their lives. Ask everybody that's live, that's always with you, to leave a comment afterwards too, because even though you guys stay for the whole thing, I don't know if we get credit for that. It's weird. You know what I mean? Like, it says 700 people are viewing it, right? But then I don't know if I'll have 700 views, and it's like, so I figure the people that are like already on here, you guys just leave a comment. I love you. I know you guys, a lot of you do leave comments, but And every like is important. Every share is important. I'm trying to get paid, man. I'm trying to make money so I can buy more hair. Because George, guys, I get a friggin' I couldn't even buy Christmas presents. Ask my dad. I was such a friggin' yeah, exactly. Hit the like button too if you haven't. I have the like thing turned off because I don't like to be in competition with the like button. But at least I get credit for likes. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not embarrassed, but all right, let me play Brittany. I do have the I have the link up there. And everybody that's watching on Twitter, oh wow, 500 people. I don't know who's on there. TikTok is 500 people, 545. And then YouTube is 190. Wow. Facebook. How says, Dad, did you go over to my dad must have went over to unless he got off. He might went over to YouTube. Dad, go over to YouTube. You can watch me on the TV. Did you know that? I keep telling you that. You're not answering me whether you know it. I just went to your YouTube and I logged into mine and I left it there before I left the other day. So I don't know where my dad went. Hopefully he comes back or he's just watching. Yeah, it's oh my god, there's a lot of people. Okay, I'm sorry. So guys, if you're on Twitter, I'm sorry, and Instagram people, I'm sorry, Instagram too. I can't see your comments, but I see now that who's watching me. And I was trying to say hi and stuff, but hopefully, if you guys have anything to say, let me know. Like, if you have any comments, comment in here or come over to YouTube. The link that you guys see that that's in my stories will get you to the YouTube channel. Okay. So what was I going to do now? Oh, Brittany. Okay. This is Brittany. I don't know if it's a response or what.
And we didn't know. What was the most surprising thing to you about this season of The Valley?
I was so happy Luke and Kristen got engaged. So
Yeah.
Listen to her. How did she get more Kentucky?
I'm so excited. I didn't know about it, so I was kind of butthurt at first, but I'm so happy for them. So that was a surprise because I wasn't aware.
You weren't aware of it, yeah.
Other than that, I think like in my own life, me actually
Her mouth looks better, doesn't it?
going through and filing was kind of like a surprise because I wasn't sure when I was going to do it, how I was going to do it, if I was going to do it.
How did you feel when you did it?
Hey, Larja. My
Hey,
girl.
beautiful. Happy
My little-
Friday. I hope
Hey.
the holidays were most excellent.
I know. This is my favorite co-host. My favorite guest. Hello.
Hello. This
Well-
is so intriguing. I hadn't heard any of this, so I'm going
Ooh.
to be quiet while you play the stuff.
Okay. So this is Brittany's I don't know if it's a response, but it's more insight on what's happening.
I felt relieved. And like I wasn't in there crying my eyes out like I thought I would. And it just kind of made me realize like, yeah, this is done. This is done.
It's a pretty remarkable story, and we have again all of it on the show this season. And we didn't know on the outside whether you were really going to go through with it because you had considered doing it, and then you see.
Did I miss a little part of it? Hold on. Did I miss which word?
Believed and like I wasn't in there crying my eyes, a surprise because I wasn't sure when I was going to do it, how I was going to do it, if I was going to do it.
How did you feel when you did it?
I felt relieved. I felt relieved and like I wasn't in there crying my eyes out like I thought I would. And it just kind of made me realize like, yeah, this is done.
I don't know why she waited this long. I really don't. He has been the same person.
This is done.
It's a pretty remarkable
Not because they got everything and then he lost it again.
story, and we have again all of it on the show this season. And we didn't know on the outside whether you were really going to go through with it because you had considered doing it, and then you seemed to have a different resolve, and you went ahead and
After he got home, she found some shit out, I think.
did it, and
Yeah.
we see the immediate fallout of it.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like, I have to do this now before I back out, before he gets out of the mental health facility and pulls me back in. I
Listen to what he was doing while he was there. I forgot about this part.
have to do it now while I'm feeling strong, while I'm so angry. I've just got to get it done.
Because you were concerned otherwise that you would end up feeling bad for him, and he would come out and he'd be especially nice to you,
Yes.
and you would,
draw and pull me back in.
right.
Because he's been able to do that for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I just was like, I
She kind of looks a little bit better.
have to go through with it now, and I have to be strong, and I have to stay strong from here on out.
Well, basically what you're saying is that he was the same, but you were different.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't feel like he changed at all
Mhm.
in those 30 days. And the reason, I mean, I'm sure it'll be on the show as well, but
Listen to this.
A lot of rage texting and stuff was still going on the entire time that
See? Rage texting her while he's away.
he was in rehab.
'Cause
So
he was
for me,
coming
I was just
down.
noticing like this is just going to be constant. Like if you're in therapy 7 hours a day and you're still finding time to call me names and cuss me out.
See? This motherfucker. And this is how you say how nice he was to her when she got out. He got out.
He's
and
crazy.
He's a fucking crazy person. He's a fucking
I asked in the chat, is PK his accountability coach? Because they sound on the same type of crazy.
right? Like the women, like, oh my God, I can't. Jax is so awful. Like he has not changed at all. He didn't say how he rage texted her. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have known that until she told us.
Send me rage text, then you're obviously not ever going to change.
And that made the decision for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is bad. I can't stay in this.
Why the fuck can he? How can he literally logically defend that?
So just kind of like very eye opening.
Yeah. And you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's do it now before I change my mind. And
how he said he was going to fucking, she thought I was going to work on it when I get out and I didn't. She fucking divorced you before you got out, you liar. We just found that out now too.
I'm so glad I did. And I'm not changing my mind. And I'm happy with my decision.
Well, it seems like your friends would kill you too if you did change your mind.
My friends would die.
Your family should die, not your friends. Fuck your friends.
Family would die. My mom, you'll see her some this season, I'm sure. She's always been such a Team Jax person. And after she saw everything that happened leading up to this season, she just is like, no, you need to get away.
I wonder if we missed some stuff in the summer between filming.
And for her to say that is a big deal.
We cover this in the show, but what about the claim that you were dating Jax's friend and you guys had an explicit no dating in the friend group policy?
Okay. We did not have a no dating in the friend group policy. We never spoke about that because why would we? I didn't even
bro, I don't know.
Think it like, first off, I didn't think that I was going to hook up with his friend. It wasn't anything that like I was
planned.
Oh, I'm for sure. Yeah, it wasn't planned. I wasn't trying to go
Good for you, Britt. Good for you. I forgot about that.
After one of his friends. That's not how it happened. What we had said is nobody around Cruz and nobody at our home that we own together that I still pay the bills for, that all my photos and my furniture and
listen to this. Remember what he was saying. Remember everything he said.
Everything I own is still at that house and my son stays there. Like, just please don't have girls at the house.
So those were the two rules.
Those were the two rules. And I don't know if he had anybody around Cruz, but he definitely had people at my house because I called him both times. Only 2 times that I called him. I'm sure there was other times, but I called him twice and
wow.
I was like, man.
And that whole situation factored into the bad blow up that then ultimately led you to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that me hooking up with his friend.
Good for you, girl.
It wasn't like I said, it wasn't planned, but it was somebody that I felt like I knew.
I don't know who it is.
And in our world, it's so crazy because like, how do you trust people? And I was single for the first time in LA. It's another weird thing about my life is that my whole LA
life is about him.
Story has been with Jax and on camera pretty much. So like I've never lived in LA without Jax. So this is also a new thing for me. But
I'm glad he gave her the house back, but I would have taken it anyway back from him. But after she had girls in there,
I wanted, whenever I did start hanging out with him, it was because it was somebody that I knew. I always thought he was hot. And also I was just so
can't wait for Jax to see this. He probably did though.
Mad at Jax. So like I didn't care if I hurt his feelings about that. Like why should I care? He never cared about how he hurt my feelings for years. He put me down. He did so much to me. So it's like, I'm sorry that you're so upset about
fuck him,
who it is. But at the same time, you didn't give me attention, affection, or anything for years. Made my confidence this big. So I was like, you know what?
They really weren't having sex. Wow.
This guy's really hot. So
I'm taking care of yourself.
Yeah, taking care of myself. And Jax has no leg to stand on. He hooked up with my friend. Let's not all
see. I didn't know that either.
Let's all remember that. And I'm
Faith, that's right.
Sure. Oh, Kristen, Stassi, like they've had history. He's done it to other friends. Like he has no leg to stand on.
He's a fucking bad person. He had the balls to yell Sandoval for Scandoval.
Are you on the dating apps?
No, I've never been on a dating app before.
Really? Yeah.
No. I don't think I'm that ready.
You're
I don't
open
think
to it,
I'm
but you're not.
ready.
Yeah.
No. I was just like I could tell that this guy was flirting with me. I was always flirting with him. He is very much my type. And
I don't think I remember seeing a picture of him, but it's somebody that's not on the show, but it's a friend of his. I want to see who it is though soon.
just kind of flirting through DMs one time, and I was just like, "Come over."
All right. Yeah.
Slid in the DMs.
She looks so much better.
All right. So let's say that you end up meeting the right guy, right? Are
Mhm.
you open to getting married? Are you open to having kids? What do you think it looks like for you, ideally?
I mean, I'm open to anything. I've always wanted more kids. Do I think like, oh yes, I want more kids? Not really. Like, if it happens, it happens kind of thing. I'm just going to take everything as it goes kind of. If I fall in love, I would never have another huge wedding or anything like that again. I don't know if I would even legally get married again after seeing like what I have to go through right now with this divorce and stuff. I would definitely sign a prenup. Like there would be a lot of things that were different. But yeah, I think with like kids, because that was something else between Jax and I, is that we'd always said that we were going to have more kids. And then he just kind of blindsided me last season, was like, I don't think we're ready for another kid. And that like really hurt my feelings because that was always our plan. It wasn't like I just came out of left field like, hey, we're going to have another kid now. Like, no, we had talked about this. This was our plan. So that was really upsetting for me. So I love kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have increased the speed, guys. Sorry. I didn't see that comment. That's a good idea. If I increase the speed, I don't have to stop it, right?
No. You know what? I don't know. I was just asking to increase the speed because I can't stand Jax.
Oh, yeah. Dustin, that's true, right? If I increase the speed, I don't have to stop it, I think, right?
If you can increase the speed, you don't have to stop it. No.
Okay. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Okay. I forgot that. Okay, good.
I'm sorry. I don't feel very good today.
Okay, well, I mean,
I feel better, Dustin.
Are you going to go?
No, I can stay here. I'm just not having a very good day today at all.
All right, well, do you want to just wait and talk later? Because I'm going to talk about Bravo stuff.
No, go ahead. You can just go ahead. I'm just gonna probably I'm just gonna sit here for a while.
All right, just hang out. Okay. What do I do? Hit that one, right? Okay.
I'm sitting here trying to look up which friend it is.
Yeah, looking for
that it came out. Okay, Brittany Cartwright reveals how she's having fun while very single. She just said that on December 6th.
What date was this? This was a month ago. Right before that. So well, this must have happened this would have happened after I got out of rehab, which was in filming, which is probably the beginning of the summer.
Oh, 2 months ago. Up and Adam posted a picture of which friend it was.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna play this thing. I've got 2 minutes left.
I love being a mom. Best thing that's ever happened to me. So if that if I did start dating somebody and fall in love and we ended up having a baby, that would be fine. But I'm not saying that I'm going after that by any means.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just seeing where God takes me now. I didn't ever think I would be doing any of this. So I'm not saying kids are off the table, but I don't know. Doesn't seem like right now. I'm not even dating anybody. So it's hard to say if I would even want that again.
You'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And obviously it depends on who you meet.
Yeah. Just going with the flow right now.
Yeah.
If somebody's perfect, then, who knows?
I think you're going to meet someone who has 6 kids of his own. And I think you're going to be a stepmom too.
I think that I would want to be with somebody that has a kid so that they understand what it's like to be a parent and they understand Cruz is always going to come first. I have my son. He's always going to be taken care of first, no matter what. And I think somebody else with a kid would understand that more than somebody who doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
That would have been good. I would have a better idea. Now I know that for next time. All right.
Can I just say real quick that I feel like Brittany obviously had a problem with drinking also. Mm-hmm. So she might need a little rehab of her own. And they might have had some type of, trauma bond with the amount of alcohol and substances they indulged in during their relationship. And that could have bonded them, with the crazy sex and just the volatileness of their relationship. And then once he treated her so bad, she was able to see clearly she doesn't deserve that. And then plus, it seemed like on the Valley, weren't they kind of semi-addressing her drinking issues on the Valley?
Yeah, they was. I seen the Valley. I seen what they said.
Yeah, so maybe she was getting her stuff together and she realized she deserves better while she was sober too. So hopefully they'll have some healing and it's all about Cruz at this point.
I know. And you see how he just completely lied about everything that was going on. You know what I mean?
He's a liar.
Yeah, he's a liar face.
He's obviously still very much in his addiction, whatever it is.
I think so too. And he looks horrible. And he is, I don't know. I feel like he is.
That vein on his forehead is a
Yes.
telltale sign that he's on one, you guys. I only see those type of veins from people who are actively indulging.
I know. I explained it before.
And the way he was sweating too.
Yeah.
Like, and he just, his face is like
he's high-key paranoid. He's high-key paranoid.
Yes. That too. Like he thinks everybody's against him. You hear him. It's like, dude, relax, you know what I mean? And I do feel like I feel like he or she. Oh, did you find the person, the picture of the person?
Yeah. Here, let me share it to your Instagram, the one that
okay, yeah.
A couple minutes ago. Copying the link and I'm posting it on your DM in Instagram right now.
Now I said he told you about his mom. I told you he has not spoken to his mother. Isn't that the most horriblest thing you've ever heard? Like it's horrible. Like what?
How old is Cruz?
7?
No.
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
She hasn't ever met Cruz. That's horrible.
And he has never either.
For him.
Brittany too. Brittany has cut her off too, and so did Jenny, the sister. And then after the dad died, he lost. So she lost everything. Everybody, not only her husband, her son, and her daughter, and then her daughter-in-law and son or grandson. She's never met. She's extremely upset with him. Obviously, I mean, at this point, you would let me go through this by myself. I lost my husband, your father, and only because I was respecting his wishes, you know. And I just feel like she is probably really mad at him. She was checking in on him and everything, but like, I don't know. It's a shame that
his dying father's wish was, "Don't call my son."
Don't tell him how sick I am. Don't tell him I'm dying. Was.
Yeah, but I mean that's his prerogative. How is it his mother's fault for indulging her husband's last wishes? Milo, get down.
Yes, thank you. Exactly. And I think be mad at her for maybe a year or something. I don't know.
Well, how about don't be mad at her and you try to deal with the unresolved feelings with your daddy that he was carrying around in that little box, popping him out at all the tables. How about you yell at your box, sir?
Exactly. He's got fucking issues. And it's like, I really want him. Does that mean how am I hearing myself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's really got issues. Like I don't understand how he doesn't see it. And I just left him a DM and he got back to me. So I'm going to ask him to do a thing with me, do an episode with me. I want to give him a therapy episode. He needs to. We've never talked. I've never been friends with him or anything. Like, well, I met him. I'm sorry. I did the whole reason we stopped talking was I met him in AC a very long time ago. But that was only 2 years into the show. So hopefully he'll say yes and not think I'm a complete nut job. I said, I think we need to talk. You need my we need to have a therapy episode, sir. I said, if you can't hear it in the background, that's you. And I am literally tearing you apart in this right now. So I called to see if you want to do it. And I said, I won't yell at you. Then he got back to me right away, but you guys are here. So, you know, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I just feel like I think that I mean, I'll be nice about it. I mean, I'm to the point. I'm not nice. You know what I mean? Like I would do with my friend, like any other friend that's giving you tough love. That's how it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we'll see. I think it'd be kind of funny.
And then what kind of Delulu is PK on? And then Mo is not a great sober coach either. I mean, he's still 420 and drinking too.
I know.
Chasing IG models.
Look, and I do think that PK has a girlfriend. I think that he has a girlfriend.
Well, he's very full of himself and sees that he's done no wrong. So he obviously has somebody blowing smoke up his ass.
Yes. And I also think that when he says that she was like, I don't know, distraught or something, and that he thought, oh, this is horrible. We can't live like this, or, you know what I mean? I had to just like go get it, say that we have to get separated. It's because he was away and not there. You know what I mean? Like, of course she's not going to be like in her bed. She's going to be upset. You're not there, dude.
He was constantly away.
Always. So that's the problem. So, I feel like she has every right to feel like that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Sorry.
We were saying in the chat for Jax, I was saying that I feel like he needs to just go ahead and come out of the closet already, because his obvious disdain for women is like, he's so abusive to all the women we've seen him interact with over a decade that I'm kind of feeling like he might not really like women as much as he thinks he does. And he might who knows what he's going through, but I was just making funny. But me and another person in the chat were thinking that too. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that men who are super abusive to women like that really like women?
I mean, yeah, I just feel like I think they like them too much. Well, not too much. I think they don't know how to love is what I feel like. I don't know, but somebody like him, he loves her the only way he knows how, which is just a narcissistic way. He's very selfish. He loves himself more, and he doesn't know how to, love her. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm coming right back now.
And if he can cut his mom off like that after that also is indicative to me of his capacity to even love another woman.
Yes. And the fact that he sits there and he goes, now I want my son to meet my mom. Not now, you do, dude. Like, how much longer later? Like, it's been how many years? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's too late. His mom was worried about him when he was away. Mm-hmm. But at this point, he said she's distant. She's probably hurt.
And isn't it weird that Jax is all, he explains everything as I've made some horrible mistakes, and like he just wants all this grace for the mistakes that he made. But what about the grace for your mom's? And that wasn't even a mistake. That was a request.
Exactly. Yep. And I'm
surprised Brittany went along with that as a woman, as a mother. I'm surprised she was so digmatized that she co-signed on that treatment of a mother. Because she loves her mother. Her and her mom have a great relationship. To allow him to be the person that kept a grandmother away from her kid, that's weird.
I know. And I don't know why. Yeah. And like Money Grace just said, she did have a dependency on him. I forgot that. So she only had him there. So, she probably stayed a lot longer than she should have, obviously. But remember how she just wanted to have a baby with him last year? During the Valley, she was ready to have a baby again, another baby with him. And then all of a sudden he didn't want to. And then I guess a lot of stuff happened. I guess he started doing the drugs and stuff, I guess. And I mean, I told you guys, he ruins everything he has. So I don't, it's like, I don't know if she was really dependent on him. She wouldn't have stayed with him as long. And I think if they were in Kentucky, they were closer to her mom, she definitely would have left sooner. But I don't know if she cares. Like, I think she just wants to have another kid, and I don't know if she cares if she has him around or not. I feel like he's a great dad, so having another kid would be that hard. But it would still be. I don't know. I think it's still not a good. It wouldn't be a good idea. But Dustin, you watched The Valley, right?
I did, yeah. I watched the whole season.
Do you feel like she was dependent on him because she lived where she lived there?
I do feel like she was very dependent on him.
Yeah, so like emotionally, so it probably took her way longer to leave.
I don't think that it's a good thing for them to have another kid together.
Oh God, no. Yeah, and I knew you could tell right away. You could tell by his reactions. He did not want one.
No, he did not want another kid.
No, he was completely against it. He said, "What are we gonna do? Have a baby in a bar?" 7 years ago. Isn't that crazy? He stopped talking to his mom 7 years ago. That's when I really hated it. I said, this is why I don't like him. And then the way he treated Sandoval after, around his wedding, when Jax's wedding. So when Jax's dad died, it seemed like he changed a little bit. I don't have a drink. Hold on. Let me see if I'll make it George. Oh, wait, I have his phone. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Babe. Hey. Bring me water, please. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Come on, hurry up. Come on, hurry up. Come see. Come on, lover kitties. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to get a television over and then I saw the kitties. So they'll come help. Come join us.
Hi, kitties.
Hopefully they'll come. Come on, guys.
Milo, your name isn't Kitty.
See, yeah, he doesn't respect women in general. That's what it is. Like, and his rage. Can you imagine the rage that he rage texting he was doing her? If my husband texted me,
he doesn't have any respect for anybody. Period.
I mean, what the hell, dude? Like, I can't believe he was doing that to her. And then how the fuck is he going? I've been so nice to her since I got out. Oh, okay. Like, that doesn't make any sense. She had to divorce you for you to do that. That's the sad part, Jax. It doesn't count now. You know, it doesn't. Yeah.
That's true, Lauren. He rages on male friends, but like he takes it so far with women. It's just interesting to me.
Yes.
That's really high key interesting that he wants more ass than a toilet seat from women. And he obviously is okay with being sexy with men too, because remember him and Tom Sandoval, they were like, he was like somebody's sugar baby in Florida when they first met him, remember? He had a male.
I remember that larger.
Daddy.
I remember that larger.
Yeah.
Now I'm on board with that. Now I'm starting to get on board with what you're saying because I remember that. Now you reminded me of that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember that part.
So, okay. Well, yeah, and he just has he has no empathy, so he's a narcissist. And he's a gaslighter, and he's the fucking like literally. I'm telling you, when I met him in Atlantic City, he called us all white trash. He says by the end of the night, I was trying to post pictures on MySpace. He said, "No, I don't want to be seen with you, Jersey trash." I was like, "Whoa."
Hey.
That's why, that's
Well, he called you Jersey trash.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 5 or 6 hours of drinking, and probably even longer for them. And he was wasted, and that's no excuse, but it's this kind of person that he is. And he just by the end of the night, he had his friends did, but he didn't have any respect for us at all. Like Sandoval I gotta find pictures. Sandoval was there too. But this is before they were popular, and it was Atlantic City because we lived. Everybody got jobs in Atlantic City, so all my friends were always waitresses there. So we were always partying with a lot of people. But they weren't even, like I said. But the thing is, that's why I got blocked from him to begin with, because I was blogging a little bit. And I wanted to post the pictures, and it was like, all we had was MySpace, and blogs you couldn't put pictures. But anyway, so now 10 years later, wait, how long has it been? It's 2024 now. That was in 2024.
Going into 2024.
Later, and he and I started going after him, obviously, when I started doing this more, and that's when obviously probably blocked me more. But I'm not, in reality, the harsh reality is blocked on Instagram.
Why did he block you for?
Because I was fucking going after him, because I reminded him of who I was. And then there were no longer on MySpace. You can't block me on MySpace or whatever it is. And now we're on a whole different social media platforms. Twitter is blocked, but that's only because I still use the same email. But I had to change it for who's starting on Instagram. I have to do Instagram. Yeah, I remember that now. He must be like, I don't know. See, now that Jax is all pissed off, because I really do think that the Valley made him go to the producers made him go away, or his wife. I mean, something happened.
Do you think he's gonna come back to the Valley next season?
Probably. I don't know. We'll see I don't know, because he probably has to. I'm sure they're done filming now, so how that went, and we'll see how many friends he ends up with, because. He doesn't sound like he cares about his friends, because remember what he was doing to Jesse.
I didn't think he would come back next season, but
well, he's controversial and he's a piece of shit.
I guess whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I mean, they should have never brought him about to begin with. So at this point, yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Yes, I thought when he was leading up to his wedding, I thought that he had changed. I started to actually like him again, and I thought that when his dad passed away, that actually made him change, and I was all for him. And then the way he started treating Sandoval right before his wedding was ridiculous. All of a sudden, he's like got this edge on Sandoval for some reason, and he demotes him, and he starts talking shit on him, and like just complete fucking shit. I said, I cannot even believe this, dude. And that's when I started going after him and hating him again. You know? And then I think we were talking. I was on that channel. I can't remember if I was doing this.
I never thought Jax turned a corner, and I was like, poor Brittany. She got talked into something. I did not.
Yeah.
When his pops died, and he all of a sudden got all family oriented, and I knew it wasn't
You
lasting.
talking about Up and Adam, or you talking about somebody else?
I'm talking about Jax and how it's like, I felt like his dad passing triggered something in him, but it wasn't authentic. It was just triggered. And so then he went and got married after he was triggered about losing his dad. And then he wants to be a great dad, and everything wore off. And that's why he's back to the Jax he always has been.
Jax always has to have something going on. And after that something going on is done, he has to look for something else. Like, he's not just happy being married. Jax Taylor has, with whether he had the show or not, whatever. It's like he always has to have something else. That's why he ruins everything. He's not ever happy. He always wants something more. And he's never happy with what he has. So he's always trying to get with somebody else. He's always trying to be with somebody else and get what somebody else has. Like when Sandoval got Tom, when they got Tom, he's so jealous. He started hating on them over that. That's what started that hate. He got so jealous of Lisa wanting to do Tom and not him that he started hating on Sandoval. He never went back to it. Like they and literally he fucked his best friend, his girlfriend. You know what I mean? Jax fucked his girlfriend, his best friend's girlfriend, and his girlfriend's best friend. Think about it. His girlfriend's best friend and his best friend's girlfriend. That's who that motherfucker is. And that's who he'll always be. And then he fucked Faith and cheated on Brittany before they got married. And we heard a whole fucking voicemail or a voice message of how he was calling her fat and ugly and he can't fuck her. He's not going to have kids with her. He'll never marry her. She's going to be fat like her mom. He doesn't want to be with her. He didn't want to be with her to begin with. And she heard it, played it for all of us. And then he ended up
still married him.
Yep. And then he turns a corner. I thought a little bit. And then remember, like, friggin' DJ James got fired for singing with Jax, we'll never forget when Jax fucked Faith. And it was one of his, like, he said it out loud. And literally because of that, James had to leave. Get that fucking thing.
And that's not cool because it was true.
Yes. And exactly.
I think he got fired over that because of what they did to Faith, though. Now, the more I think about that situation, I don't know if he got fired because of how it affected Jax. I feel like he might have got fired because it brought up everything that happened with Faith.
Yeah, because Brittany was working there at the time.
So
DJ James gets fired. Jax gets him fired for that because
you guys know that Lala Kent pulled a knife on Faith Stour on set, on film, and they still just keep giving her spinoffs and stuff. That's Bravo's has an issue. They actively harbor criminals and abusers and obvious people that hold knives to other people's throats, and all they do is get a spinoff. But you can't mention Faith. No worries.
And of course, Kristen. I really don't think Kristen and them should not have been back there. They shouldn't have been back. But like, look at Jax. He goes away, and because all of them are filming, he's so threatened because he knows he's a fuck up. His job's threatened because of him, and if he loses his job, it's because of him, not because they're on the show. Right. He thought that because they're on the show, that's how he's going to lose his job. They're going to steal the show from him. Like, if anything, it would make it last longer, you asshole, because you're being like a real piece of shit. But I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you brought this stuff up because, like I said, I hadn't heard about this podcast, the hot mic. I didn't know that people were over there just trying to spin doctor everything. Yes. PK sounds crazy and stupid. If he really thinks that he's no different being an active raging alcoholic and not being an active raging alcoholic, he needs more treatment.
He really needs the right treatment. Actually, I don't know if he'll take it serious because he's so worried about what's going on. He has FOMO. He thinks he's going to, like, everybody's going to take. You see how paranoid he is? He'll never go away where he doesn't have access to what everybody else is doing. Because he couldn't even take it serious because he was so worried about losing his job filming. But that's what they wanted him to take it seriously. You know what I mean? Like, he's so threatened because he knows he's a fuck up. And if he would literally just stop, like, I think he knows how to not be a fuck up. I really do. He knows how to.
Jax, PK, or
both of them. Both of them. I mean, Jax really, but Jax was threatened by Lala and Sheena filming, so he leaves rehab, and he didn't take it serious because he's so worried about losing his job because they're filming.
Well, they should have made his job contingent on completing rehab successfully.
And with PK, PK is, you guys are saying that she's a gold digger, but she's the one that's working at that point now. So she's making money too. But in the beginning, I don't know.
I feel like that's why he even commented on, oh, are you going to keep on working if we get divorced? Because he don't want to have to pay her alimony, you guys. That's all that was about. He was thoughtful enough to have her stay employed because if they get divorced and she's making more than him on paper, then he'll owe her nothing because she has a job. Duh.
But how can she get out of there if she's been working for years?
Well, no, if she had, because he said in that interview that he asked her, if we break up, are you still going to film?
Oh,
like, no.
I get it. So she quits her job and then they get separated. Then he has to pay her. Okay. Because it's like, oh, you made me quit my job. So, I get it now. Sorry,
right.
I'm all
because when you go through a divorce, I don't know if they have a prenup because he let him tell it. He was broke when they met. So what do you need a prenup for, sir? So they might not even have a prenup. And if they don't have a prenup, she came into the marriage when she was young, hot, and sexy. Now she has these 2 kids. She's been nursing him back to health, covering all his lies and robberies and insurance things, allegedly. Yes. And now you're trying to leave her high and dry because she has a job. I don't know where that echo is coming from. I'm sorry.
It went away. Hey, Chanel's Reality. Thanks for joining us. Are you so that was the thing, this thing with PK. This one came out, like everybody was talking about it. I saw this on Friday, this clip, and I thought, oh, that's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? I almost agreed a little bit with him about her calling him an alcoholic on the show. But and then everybody started talking about the clip. I don't know where my echo is coming from either. Is it me? Hold on. No, everything's closed.
Hey, Chanel.
Hey, Chanel.
It's on my thing too. I don't know what that's about.
So yeah, Jay-Z and the Diddler. Oh, I have to check it out. Yeah, I mean, I have a clip. So did you know that Lala and Dorit were on Watch What Happens Live last night? Let me see. Where's it at? Here it is. I believe it was last night. I mean, it says it was last night. So, but because they didn't have a show, you know what I mean? They didn't have a new Salt Lake or a new Beverly Hills this week. So here, let's play this clip. It's weird to have those 2 on, but I was kind of like, oh, I didn't watch the whole one yet. I'm so glad that you're joining us.
Oh, right on. Thanks. And feel better, honey.
Yeah, feel
Whatever
better.
this is, it takes our voice and then gives you this headache for 3 days.
I feel like sometimes one of these people put hexes on us. Oh, Ellie from Miami's here?
Yeah.
Put hexes. Oh, thank you for joining. I guess you have your chat open, Larja.
Yeah.
I love our people come together. I love it.
Me too.
I hope I don't make anybody. I don't put on it. Okay. So this is Lala. I don't know. It's like a stupid thing, but I just wanted to see them together, and then we'll see another clip after this.
Dorit said Bose is a woman who understands the assignment. And the assignment that night seemed to be listening to Dorit's life story. But since that led to them bonding over both being 47, we're going to see who else is twinning.
I forgot I could speed it up or whatever. She looks really pretty. I just wanted to see, Lala looks good too. I'm like, oh, she always looks good after she has babies. Is that speeding it up? Yeah.
In One for the Ages, Dorit and Lala, I'll show you pairs of celebrities and Bravo celebrities. For each duo, simply guess if they're the same age or not. Okay. Are Sheena Shea and Bronwyn Newport the same age?
Yes, they're the same age.
Really? Wait, this is a new one, right? Because Lala, I feel like I've seen that outfit on Lala before. Does anybody know?
I don't know. I haven't been watching
Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was surprised because there was no show on last.
Really? I would say they're not the same age.
Okay, they are. They're both 39.
Wow.
Okay, are Lisa Hochstein and Kyle Cook the same age?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
This is wild.
I would say no.
No.
They are. They're both 42. Are Ryan Reynolds and Idris Elba the same age?
I'd say Idris is older by a couple years.
No.
No.
Dude, the life force. Oh my God. Look at Ryan Reynolds. Tell me you don't think that tell me you think that looks like the Ryan Reynolds that we've seen the last 10, 15 years. The life force is being drained from his face, his body, his skin, his whole
He's
soul.
getting old.
The life, they have no adrenaline. I don't know how to say the word. Whatever. Adrenaline. What's it called?
The adrenochrome is leaking.
Thank you. It's not running out because we're on the most benevolent timeline possible. And they're not.
Idris is a little older.
Their perception.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Are Katie Maloney and Aaron Leachy the same age?
Are they?
Yes.
They are. They're both
Yeah, I think so.
37. Are Billie Eilish and
Man, I'm getting old. No, I'm not. I'm getting younger. Yeah, I was gonna say no about this one.
Olivia Rodrigo the same age?
Yes.
No.
I don't really care about this. I want to see them talk about something. Hold on.
Didn't Billie Eilish just turn?
Where's Jax?
There's Jax. They're 45.
He's 55. He's a liar. Isn't he? Look how good he looks there because he freaking. That's a normal looking Jax. He has it like
45. Are Lady Gaga and Caroline Brooks the same age?
No.
Yes.
No, they're not. Gaga is 2 years older. Are Dolly Parton and Cher the same age?
Yes.
No.
They are. They're both 78.
Really?
Are Leonardo DiCaprio and Colin Farrell the same age?
No.
Yes.
They're not. Leo is 50. Colin is 48.
Am I winning? Because
we're losing Jenny Crum too. Look at it. Look. All the sink it in. Sink.
Don't forget don't forget to make it faster so you don't get in trouble.
It's really fast now.
I like to.
Yes, you are.
Okay, you are.
Last up, are Larsa Pippen and Jenna Lyons the same age?
No. Yes. No. Yes.
Yes.
They're not.
Jenna fucking Lyons is 56.
Yeah.
Wow, she looks
good. Older. And Lala won the game.
All right, that's it. Let's find another clip for here. I want to see what they talk about. Like, is Dorit going to say anything about this interview? I want to see. I don't know what to go here. I was looking earlier and I didn't see the episode. I just seen the clips for it. Save the fuck. Videos. Latest. There's only one clip from last night. Oh my fucking lordy.
Did any shows come on last night?
No.
No, there's no new ones. That's what I'm saying. There's no new episodes. So I was like,
they're on break till January.
I just was playing these episodes because everybody was talking about it, and I was like, now I'm going to be late with it. But like, because I don't.
Good interview. 6. They've been running interviews. Let's see if they have anything about
My show's not on, but TLC's not on break though, but Bravo is.
Miami, thanks for coming over. Coming in here. I can't. Wow, he's a 50 Club. Is that bad? I think the 50 Club. Very bad, right? Does anyone know is Below Deck coming back in February? Can't forget. Is that Captain Jason? Oh.
It's coming back in February.
Awesome.
Don't have a date though. It's coming back in February.
So did anybody watch What Happens Live last night and see this?
I did.
So you saw the whole episode?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me find it. Okay, so then I know they have one. Was it good? All right, we'll see. Did she say
it
anything?
Was a repeat. It wasn't a new one, but it was a repeat.
Repeat from what, a month ago or something?
It was a repeat from earlier this year.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I thought it was just recent.
No.
Like last night. Oh, okay.
No, they had a great big party and they gave trophies out to people, stuff like that.
I thought it was Dorit and Lala.
No.
Okay, no, the Dorit and Lala one. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know when that one was.
Oh, okay. Wait, so maybe it was this weekend. All right, hold on.
No, I don't think it was because I think they're on vacation till January.
Yeah, that makes sense. I saw Lala Dorit a month ago.
Oh, you saw that one? Okay, never mind. That's what I was saying. I didn't know if it made it or not. Okay. Dorit on PK. We saw this. Do we see this?
I'm actually surprised you're live today because I didn't think you'd go live one.
Why not? No, it's Friday. It's Friday. Why wouldn't I?
Because I didn't think you would have anything to cover today.
I thought it was something. Did I play the Dorit on PK separation? Did I play that one?
I think you only played the PK Mauricio.
Oh, okay. All right, let me play this then. So this is Dorit talking about the same thing. Wait, I gotta find. Let me share it real quick. Oh, sorry. I thought it was new.
It's okay.
All right, did our time there. I was trying to see if there's anything she talked about this or not. That's
Hello
not
again, Amir.
I'm gonna mute you in a second. Just kidding.
I'm sorry.
Not really though. All right, here. I'll just. Oh wait, let me fast forward it. So, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, just fast
Did
forward
you
so you don't
hear
get
that
trouble.
Vicky is really upset that Shannon and Tamrat are playing nice? She is hot. She's like
Really
upset about it. She's been, she has that she has her podcast with that dude, and they've been talking about it.
Oh,
she is very upset.
Send me the clip if you have a clip. I'll play it.
Get it.
Okay, I'm gonna play this real quick.
Brenna, that's my girl. I love it. We had dinner just before I did this season, and she's been in Canada. She spent some time there with the family, but we speak. And
what did she tell you? What did she, when you were deciding whether to come back to the show or not? What did Brenna say to you?
So she was one of the only people that I opened up to about not wanting to come back or
why
or being undecided.
And I don't think you were ever undecided though, sweetie. You look hot though. I'll give her that. I love her dark hair, love her tan.
And she said to me, Dorit, if you're going to do it, then do it. No holds barred. Guns a-blazing. You go in and you do it. Be yourself. Don't hold back. And that stuck with me. And I remember there was about 24 hours from when I had told you I wasn't going to do it. I made the decision not to.
I think
and I did it also.
I think you should step away to read.
I think I remember PK saying to me something like, well, you have to do it. And
what'd you say, Dustin?
I said, I think Dorit should step away from the show.
I don't at all. I think she looks good. I think she's doing good.
When I heard him say I had to do it, it was wanting to take back that control. Like, oh, no. This is going to be my decision. I'm the one who's doing it. And I said, well, you know what? I'm not. And then I had thought I felt comfortable about that decision. But when I had that period of time, it enabled me without any pressure to just think about it. And it felt like I was leaving too soon, that I had unfinished business. I had too much I needed to say. I didn't leave the impression that I wanted to leave.
I think she's always had that in her, and she just only showed PK that side of her. But we're saying the way she's treating Kyle, which I love the way she's treating Kyle. And I just think she's always had that in her. And she's just now showing everybody because she's fucking pissed. Because everybody's trying to fucking, he's discarding her. Kyle's discarding her. And I just think she's always had it in her. Now she's fighting.
Really of who I am. And that's when I called you and I said, let's talk.
Why do you think he said you had to do it? Was it because you guys were going through a tumultuous period and he wanted you to have something?
I think so. I think it was, had we separated? I want to say,
I don't think you had. I think that you were going through a rough patch, but you hadn't yet separated because
he was in the meeting.
He was in the meeting. And it was a few days
meeting. What meeting?
After that you guys separated.
Okay. So I would suspect that he foresaw that there would either be a separation or that we were heading in that direction. And this allowed me to have.
Now we know he did because we see now, because he said that, but
financial independence and, just something of my own. So I guess that son of a gun, Well,
he was right. And also where that's a very supportive act is the truth is he knows that if you continue doing the show and you guys are separated, that you're going to have to talk about it. And you're not necessarily going to say flattering things about him. You're not trying to attack him, but you're giving your truth.
Yeah.
So it still is considerate of him to encourage you to do something that is good for you.
Yes. And I will say that about PK,
Yeah. So largely you called it. He didn't want to have to pay her freaking alimony.
Told you.
Yep. Right.
He's always been supportive like that,
It's not supportive, Dorit. We figured it out.
And there are a lot of things that I still, love about him and the reasons why I married him. And he's got some good qualities, just a lot more bad qualities.
Here we go. Him start talking shit.
Just kidding. But no, that's true. And it is. But I do think also that there was a large part of it. If I had to guess, it was more about maybe him not wanting to have the responsibility of having to
take care of you.
Yeah, exactly. This at least, it almost gave him more freedom,
I I agree with her. I think she's finally figuring it out. Like she knew she wasn't stupid, you know.
More opportunity, more possibilities, financially and other.
She better be careful.
What do you
though.
make
PK
of the
feels
fact
like a
that
wily one.
I love it.
PK feels like the kind of fool that would make her keep working, have all of his financial ducks lined up to make it look like he doesn't have nothing, then get to court, and he might ask for spousal support, Dorito, because PK is not an honorable man, in my opinion.
You know, he's not. Definitely not. He definitely did not wait until he was separated, I think, to cheat on her. And she knows that. She can tell.
There's a PK 1.0. I mean, there's a Dorito 2.0 at the bachelor pad right now, picking out colors.
Yeah,
trying to make it look like there's a woman's touch in there.
She's not pretty either. I saw the girl that he was dating. There's a picture of her now, him and her, a new girl.
Well, maybe she'll be pretty like how Dorit changed her whole face after she got with old boy.
I know. Dorit looks good though, doesn't she?
We had dinner, think of my own. So I guess that son of a gun,
I kind of feel like, remember how
You're
we
not
were
necessarily
saying
going to say
Karen,
flattering things about her.
Paris looking thin? I feel like Doritos looks thinner than Sutton.
Yeah. She has lost weight. I think too. I think it's stress for her too. I don't think that she wants. I don't think she wanted this divorce. I mean, obviously, she didn't want this divorce.
Right. Nobody wants to be divorced when you're in your 30s with 2 kids.
But she look how hot. I think she can find somebody hotter or better for her. I don't even want to say hotter, but better for her. You know.
I hope she can.
I know. Okay. I mean,
you're not trying to attack him, but you're giving your truth.
He thinks you are.
Yeah.
So it still is considerate of him to encourage you to do something that is good for you.
Yes. And I will say that about PK, you know, he's always been supportive like that, you know, and there are a lot of things that I still, you know, love about him and the reasons why I married him. And he's got some good qualities.
Just kidding.
That's true. And it is. But I do think also that there was a large part of it. If I had to guess, it was more about possibilities financially and other.
And indicated that obviously your focus was on co-parenting.
Yep.
And yet there was something of a backlash of people accusing you of using this as a storyline for the new season.
Yes. I mean, I'm numb to those things now. You know, people can say all of these things. I know.
Do you notice how they all have retainers? Remember I was saying what's wrong with their jaws?
Yeah.
Doesn't she have a Invisalign or is it Invisalign?
I don't know. Do you think so? I haven't noticed. I don't think so.
I think she has it too. Wait, hold on.
Oh, it's real. It's real. And why would I ever put myself, my family, my children through that? You know, I was very hesitant and didn't love the idea of announcing it publicly, but I also realized that I had no choice. We had no choice. And when PK and I decided to separate,
her jaws are coming out too. Is it me?
Maybe she's on the Zempic and she has the Zempic mouth thing.
We
going
weren't
on.
in a fight. We weren't. It wasn't out of.
Oh, we're in Invisalign. Is that because of Ozempic? Ozempic lip? Ozempic jaw? I thought I started that, but that became a thing.
It's
being
true.
in a bad
That
place.
It breaks down the muscles so much that you look taut and drawn.
Oh man. Oh no.
We actually decided to take some time apart, very amicably, very maturely.
Not doing the breathing thing though, at least.
You know, as grown-ups, like this is why don't we separate, have some time apart, work on ourselves, and work through some of our issues together and see where we end up. Now, as you'll see in the season, it didn't quite end up being like that, but you'll have to watch.
There are ups and downs, and we do get something of his point of view because we shoot with him as well.
Yep.
And it's interesting to see him and Mauricio together.
Yep.
We see you and him together working through this.
Yep.
But this all happens right out of the gate because in the first episode, we see you break the news to Erica.
Yeah.
And she's just gutted.
Yeah.
Because everybody was rooting for you guys.
I know.
Well, was Erica really rooting for her when she's the one that said they would be the next divorce?
Nope.
Or did she already see PK out with his new Dorito?
Yeah. She's like, I think she's just being fake as fuck, but I'm not mad about it because I'd rather her be that than be the CUNT that she is, you know? Because I mean, I waved the white flag with her.
You know, I remember I saw that clip with Kyle and Erica where Kyle broke down and she was in tears and she said, I feel like I've let so many people down, people that had said to her, you know, we believed in love because of you and Mo. You feel this burden of responsibility because people are invested in you. And, you know, it warms my heart when I see all the people that, you know, have been rooting for us and really love seeing us as a couple and as a family. You know, I do as well. So if there's a reason why we're in this place and we don't end up together, then there's just a reason, you know. And I just think life is about, you have to find your happiness and your peace. And when it's not there for a long time, you have to do something about it. So
Do you think there's a chance you guys end up back together?
you know, I can't say that there isn't a chance because we're not getting a divorce right now. But I don't know. I really don't know. I think there's always a chance for anything.
Are you dating other people?
No.
Do I believe that? No.
Oh, well, it's definitely
It's
a
a definite
no.
no. Okay.
It's a topic where it's very weird because I try to almost think, am I supposed to be dating people? Is that allowed? Well, of course it's allowed. We're separated. Yeah. Is PK dating someone? Oh my God, is he? So it's one of those, I think it's still so fresh, even though it's been now, I don't even know how many months, but it just, I'm not in the headspace where I think I'm ready or open. That said, probably if I found out he was dating, I might be more inclined to. I don't know. I think there's probably a,
So I guess she doesn't realize he was like dating somebody. I don't know. I think that I don't know.
I feel like she's being really kind. And this doesn't match what he was talking about. His interview was saying that she was saying things that weren't true and painting him a certain way and da-da-da-da. And that's not happening, PK. She's being very diplomatic in this interview. I feel like she's trying to not say anything adverse about her baby daddy. And a lot of women feel that way. Even if he was horrible, they aren't going to be the ones to say it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think that he means on the show, but all the thing which with her on the show, she doesn't sound like she understands what was going on, but she also she didn't go to Al-Anon or whatever. Like I don't think she went to anything like that to understand how to be with an alcoholic or how the family deals with it. I don't know. And I think I don't know. When he said that she didn't invest in it, it's not her investment. I don't know. She could have went to Al-Anon or something, but I don't know if that would have changed it anyway, because it wasn't the sole reason why he left her. So it wouldn't really have mattered that much, but it would have at least helped her. It could still help her. If he's really on a sober path, it could still help her understand what he goes through or how to not talk about it or what the verbiage is. If he's real serious about it, he's like, oh, I got this many months sober. He's probably still working the program, whether we believe it or not. It would probably be in her best interest to maybe learn a little bit about how to be I don't know
if he's working a program. Every 12-step meeting I ever went to, they're supposed to be taking accountability, not blaming the other person.
I know. Right. Yeah, he could, but I'm just, I know. Well, he's
12-step where you skip steps one.
He's only on 3 right now. He hasn't gotten to his your list of all your faults and blah blah blah. I forget exactly what it is. It's like make I'm sorry, it's a moral inventory. He hasn't gotten the moral inventory yet.
The moral inventory, yeah.
Take a moral inventory and take a list of all the people that you've hurt. And then you're supposed to apologize unless it's going to hurt them more. And I don't think he's gotten that far yet. So, but I also feel like, watching the show back, he's probably getting re-angered. And they're getting re-angered. You know what I mean? Like, now she's going to see the stuff that he says on here, and it's just going to start over again. Because they're obviously not in a good place. Look at the little baby kids. This is Louise Marie, she's the latest. She's the one that my neighbor handed me. I'm like, she's not mine, but I'll take her. And she's a little baby kitten. We'll call her number 6, Louise Marie. Can you say hi, everybody? I'm trying to get the camera on her. But yeah, it's Louise Marie. She's my little baby. And then you guys know Sterling, but she had her Christmas dress on the other day. Yeah.
That is too much.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, he's not being honest.
Right.
He doesn't feel like he's very hopeful. He doesn't even have the courage to tell the truth. He is way off on his integrity because he thinks he's exactly the same drunk or sober. His willingness to see the truth doesn't really seem like it exists. He has zero humility because he's done no wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure that he's working the steps, y'all.
Yeah. Maybe it's, and then like she said, she didn't even know who a sober coach was. Maybe his sober coach is in a different country, which is weird. Because the fact that his kids didn't even realize he was gone or that they were separated because he's living in a different place, like that he was never home. He definitely was cheating on her because he wasn't working, I don't think.
That's why she was home by herself every time he scheduled the house to get robbed.
I know, that's the craziest thing too. I don't even know what to think. I really don't think it was random, but I can't figure out if they did it together or just he did it. But, you know, she also didn't lock the doors or she didn't turn the alarm system on. That was weird. She had the kids.
That was so weird.
And that she's like, that I never do that. And I never do that either. And I never do that either. But you just happened to do it that night.
Mm-hmm.
You just made it so easy for these very nice robbers to come in and take some things from you.
Right.
But it's like, I was so mad at her about that. But then it's like, now I kind of like her for going back at Kyle.
And then I kind of, this, whoa, wait. So he said that he was already in the bankruptcies. He was already broke.
Yes.
Already. So why did she even hitch her wagon to a loser financially? And then that first season, I knew it was all hype. They were having the house built. Yeah, right. With other people's money. That's why we never saw that rose gold Rolls Royce ever again. No more, was because he probably rented it or something and presented it. But we never even saw that Rolls Royce anymore. And how are you buying that if you were bankrupt, sir?
I know. That's I don't know. Maybe that's like he put her on the show because it was easy for them to make a lot of money real quick. You know what I mean? Like that was their answer. But I'm trying to figure out what they were doing after. He said he's always pulled himself out of all his holes. So
Boy George, when he performed on the show all the time, and if they did have to pay him, then he was getting paid too as the manager. Maybe he was finagling something like that.
Oh yeah, maybe he still got residuals and stuff. Or maybe he still got a lot of what Boy George did. You know, like maybe he got a lot of like, you know, like Boy George still works. I think maybe in the UK.
When they first came on, Boy George did a lot of cameos when they first came on.
I know. Yes. Remember, he was like, did he do a concert or something?
The concert in her house, remember? And she had the curtain, and then they moved the curtain, and Boy George was there.
Yeah, like a reveal for like some wall. I don't know. And then he was there. I don't know. But I mean, yeah. And I wonder if like Bravo paid for that.
Right. Who would
You think Bravo would pay for that?
I mean, no.
I mean, it's a Bravo network.
And then how you even getting into Beverly Hills if your whole financial situation is a fugazi? That means they just played like a house of cards to even get on the cast.
Lisa, not Lisa. I'm sorry. Yeah, Lisa Vanderpump. She got them on there. But they probably took her word for it. Where's my check? They probably took her word for it.
Well, Lisa Vanderpump's on another show. So how to?
No, Lisa Vanderpump was on this show first. As PK.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she was a housewife of Beverly Hills.
Oh.
She was original, yes. And she was on there, and she got PK and Dorit on there. They were her friends.
Yeah, she was the most fabulous housewife.
I didn't remember that part. I just remember her being on this other show that she.
You don't remember Brandy Glanville and Tag Team?
No.
Pump off the show.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it in the beginning?
Not till recently.
Oh well, that's why. Well, that was it. It wasn't recently either. She was on in the beginning, from the very beginning. She's a original. She's an OG.
She used to live across the street from Adrian, and then when Adrian's house burnt down. Wait. Remember she went over to Adrian's house and was trying to teach her how to cook, and she told Adrian to wash the chicken. Adrian put Dawn all over the chicken and started washing the chicken.
Yeah. I liked Adrian Malouf. I did. You could tell that her and Paul were not in love anymore either.
Malouf hoof. The Malouf
hoof. My God, I know. And did they own something or?
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings.
Oh yeah. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just find it funny, like they're doing separate interviews, but like there is one interview of them together. The one I always tell you where the guy says, where Alex says, or I'm sorry, PK says, yeah, they caught one of the guys that robbed the house. And Dorit's like, what? I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that. It's like, what? Why
Yeah,
wouldn't you tell her?
Was she Planet Rock Hotel in Vegas on top of it?
Oh, yeah, it was something like that.
Money. She had a team and a hotel. Didn't they go to Planet
Yeah.
Rock or something
They
like
went
that?
to her, yeah, they went to her palm, yeah, the Palms, the one that has all like the Playboy stuff, right?
Is the
Palms-
Palm still there?
I think so. I don't know, because our friggin' AC, everything got shut down here. It went to shit here. The economy,
nothing ever really came back.
Nothing. Even before that, everything closed down. We used to be able to go there and have it would be just like Vegas in AC. You know, it was like a little bit of Vegas. It was just as crazy. And like and now it's like you'll probably get murdered. Everything's desolate. There's nothing there, nothing to open. I'm upset. I wish they would start rebuilding it back. The only time I went there was to see James Kennedy recently, and it was at the not the Borgata, but one that's next to the Borgata that's on a separate island than the all the strip. But that's still nice where the Borgata is. But still, like, I miss having that fun. We used to go to the clubs, like literally the clubs inside the casinos. It would be so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
We go down there, but it's crazy. Like everything just closed down. I don't know what happened before the pandemic, but then the pandemic just really made it worse. And then the mayor, he got really corrupt down there.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I saw what do you guys call Gavin Newsom?
He's our governor.
Yeah, I thought that there's a name I heard for him this morning. Something like he's missing like how many billions of dollars or something.
Well, there's a lot of money missing, but he distributed the money. So, so the thing was that like 24 million or billion that they
billion
$24 billion. Yeah. I seen it.
Prevention and
I heard about it.
He gave the money to where it's supposed to go, but now they didn't have any checks and balances. They like gave the money out to prevent it, but there were no.
Wait a minute. They didn't have no checks and balances at all?
Right. I've used to work in housing, and a lot of money would get thrown into housing. And the rule was you make it up as you go along. And so there's no checks and balances for a lot of these housing grants. And there haven't been for at least over a decade. But because the pandemic freed up so much money specifically to prevent homeless housing, it was a money grab. A lot of people got rich. And there are still very many homeless people
crazy.
in California.
So all the money they gave, so they know where the money went. Right?
No, like
they
gave it to the people, and now they don't know where the money is, but they're still homeless people.
Wow,
and didn't have
that's sad, Virgil.
What's that called? Accountability or oversight, in
right?
Place, so they're blaming him, and I can see how they could blame him. But if you check your state's local listings, also, I'm positive there is money missing from your coffers too.
Oh, yeah, there's money missing everywhere.
You heard it,
what happens that we had so much missing?
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, but you have a big state though too,
right?
More people per capita, you know. Right. But yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we have our Camden mayor. He is he's out. He's done. He was sleeping with people and stealing money from prostitutes from drug dealers.
Oh my gosh!
And then two of the main cops there. They got.
Well, what about the mayor of New York? What do you think about him?
Well, yeah, he's fucked up too. But he's walking around with like he didn't do anything wrong when he's walking around with Luigi Mangione. And that perp walk they did with like 50 friggin' people with all these assault rifles behind him and a big like he's like literally like he went on a killing spree or something. Yeah. Nobody gave up. Like honestly, these people have not talked one thing about this Brian Thompson guy, and they're acting like, you know, I don't think anybody wants to kill Luigi Mangione. I mean, there might be some death threats on him, maybe a little bit, but I don't know about like people. Actually, he said they said they had them so many because for him escaping, so many people want to help him escape. That's why they had so many cops on him in the court too. Not because they think he's going to get shot, because the people want to get him out. Isn't that wild?
Wild. So
I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know. I want to hear him speak. Listen, at this point, I thought I said this a while ago that the manifesto doesn't say anything. It's not a mention of guilt of anything. It's some ramblings, you know? about something that somebody did or he might do or wanted to do or something. You know, he just said those people had it coming. They had it coming. I feel like it's not an admission of guilt. He might actually get out of this. You know? I don't know.
I don't think he's going to get out of it, though.
No. Well, I mean, the evidence they planted on him is pretty weak. Oops, did I say that? The evidence, listen, he has a backpack. He leaves one backpack that he said, I don't know where the fuck the goddamn money came from. He leaves one there, then he gets another backpack and carries that one on him. Why even bother putting the other one down?
I just don't think he's going to get out of it, Crystal.
Well, think about it, Justin. What evidence do they have against him? The fingerprints was a lie.
They can build evidence. They're going to build all the evidence they
I think
can.
already tried, I think. The evidence they submitted now, unless they try to come up with something else. I'm just talking about I feel like whatever's going on, something's not adding up. Like, I feel like something's not adding up. And this lawyer is pretty good. But I feel like I don't know. Maybe he might not get out of it, but I don't know because they really screwed it
Well,
up.
I can pray for justice, but that's what I'm going to pray for.
Well, the justice has to go from people that set him up. That's all I'm saying. The people that, MK Ultra'd him and made him do what he did. Just saying. Everybody in his life says it's weird. Huh?
Did you see that Bronwyn from Salt Lake City was going through it on Christmas?
No.
Got diagnosed with her second brain tumor, and she spent all of Christmas in freaking ER with her mom having to get emergency surgery.
Wait. Bronwyn from Salt Lake?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
She had brain surgery?
No. Her mom.
Oh.
Yeah, she was posting that from the ER on Christmas. Her mom got diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Oh my God! Hold on, let me say. Is it on a YouTube or?
It was in her Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me check.
I don't know if it's still there. Let me see. I might be able to send you something on that too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot you sent me stuff.
I had caught it. Manage.
Oh, yeah, and I have something else about Dolores too. I want to read to you guys.
What's wrong with the Lord?
I'll tell you after this. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, it won't let me share that.
Do I have to do something to let you share?
All right. Yeah, no, it looks like it might be gone, but she was saying that it was on her Instagram, and it was so sad and scary. And she was saying how Todd and her daughter had to spend Christmas together alone because she was in the ER taking care of her mom.
Yeah.
Very scary stuff, you guys. Sending her lots.
Are you looking for it? Do you want me to find it?
It's gone. I'm looking and it's gone. And I had a screen grab of it, but it's saying it's too long to send you.
Yeah.
Let me see what I could do. Do you know WhatsApp or GroupMe? Because it doesn't have a limit on those.
I think I have.
It's not a big deal. I was just wondering if you saw.
Yeah, that's my sister. That happened to my sister, Shannon, the one you say when she was 20.
Way, really?
Yeah. She was when she was 27. Me and her were cleaning her bathroom, and we were cleaning her bathroom in the house, with her parents, and she started to throw up.
Yeah.
And I thought that she thought that she was throwing up because of the smell, but she said all of a sudden she bent over and her head popped, like she felt a pop in her head.
No.
And she was sick of her life. We had to get her to the ER, and within 10 minutes they were sending her on another emergency to the hospitals in Pennsylvania. She had a brain aneurysm, and they had to coil it. And she was there for
way.
And they said if she was asleep when that happened, she would have died. Thank God she was awake. We were literally cleaning the Bronwyn's mom, Buddy Grace. We were cleaning our bathroom, and she started throwing up. I was like, "Oh, I thought from the smell." And she's like, "No, my head." And it was it was the back of her head. She said it was the worst head. She's literally the worst headache of her life.
OMG.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I'm sorry.
10 years, 15 years now. She was 27. Yeah. She's been okay ever since. But I mean, it was really scary. Especially when she had to lay flat in the ER. She was in the, not ER, but what is it called? The ICU after her last, she had to lay flat for I think I don't know, a certain amount of days or 2 days or something on a board. Yeah. Okay, I'll check it
I
out.
just sent screen grabs of what I had found on it to your Instagram.
Okay, good.
Such a scary story. And I was just like, poor thing. The dog ate you. Todd mistreats you. And now and it's her mom's second time she had this happen.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here it is. And you know what? I'm tired of people trying to turn around the story about her doing what she did to the dog that bit her. She's all right. I'll talk about it in a second. That what people are saying. They're trying to make it seem like she looks so pretty here. All right, I gotta share it with you guys. I love this freaking picture of her. Shut up, do pop-ups. Oh my God, it's like NT. Every good NT's thing, pop-ups come everywhere. That's why I hate him. Right, there's Bronwyn, story of people. So pretty. Bronwyn's mother is recovering from emergency surgery after doctors discovered a brain tumor in the back of her skull. That's where her sister's was, days before the holidays. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star opened up about her mother's health battle in a series of Instagram stories posted on Thursday, December 26th, explaining that she spent Christmas in the ICU caring for her parent. Oh, hold on. Man, let's try. I guys hate when I do that. I just pop up. And so I'm scared. I'm so scared and worried, but my mom has helped so many over the years and refused help for herself always, Newport says, 39. It's an honor to get to be the one who is here. We're so hopeful for a long recovery. She'll be her usual feisty and amazing self, Newport added. Wow.
Yeah, here they are.
Okay. Is this the ones you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope everyone that celebrates had a very Merry Christmas. A month ago, my dad, who has Alzheimer's, oh my God, fell and broke his pelvis. As an incredible strain on my mom was, oh my God. Jeez. Okay. Now there's that one. We notice more and more that she's struggling to manage what is normal care required. She must be older, yes, because she's born late. Plus the injury, we kept getting her more and more help. Live-in caregivers and one of my sisters, and I made visits and forced our help on her too. However, she just kept getting more exhausted and frail. After a few falls herself and a few doctor's visits that weren't productive, something clicked in my brain. My mom had similar dizzy, confused, and exhausted symptoms almost 30 years ago. Wow. Oh, imagine that. 30 years later, just how it comes back. She had a brain tumor. I was on my way to California with that worry when she really had a frail day, and a friend took her to the hospital. I went straight there from the airport and received the bad news. I was both expecting and not. I don't remember everything from when my mom was so sick when I was little, but something felt oddly familiar. Because she was only my mom again has a brain tumor in the back of her skull. Oh, Jesus. And almost identical one location to one she had on Thanksgiving week almost 30 years ago. Wow. That sucks, man. That sucks. How old was her mom, I guess?
I don't know. She posted some pictures of her mom and stuff of Christmases past. Yeah, so that's her dad. Her dad looks like some star we've seen, huh?
Yes, he does.
Look like that star.
Yeah,
like there's an actor dude that looks very much like him. Look at her mom, how vivacious she is. I love it.
Wow. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this picture. I spent all afternoon. Okay. Oh, that's a great picture.
Yeah.
I guess Bronwyn's not in it. Oh, yeah. No, is that Bronwyn?
No, she's in the middle.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
Mom.
He looks, wow. He's as old as her dad. I love her long hair. I love that. Okay. Raised by the best. My mom has always been the ultimate example of compassion and service to others my whole life. I've watched and been dragged alone and eventually learned to participate and enjoy serving alongside her. Meals and presents were always homemade for everyone, and anyone in her circle. More important, they must have a lot of money. More importantly, my mom would spend hours each week writing handwritten notes to people she'd thought about that week. Wow. I remember saying that. Cards and letters and personal outreach to those who were sad and scared, feeling alone, needing help, encouragement. I watched her babysit, clean houses, show up, for everyone she cares about, and anyone they care about. Wow. Oh. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. Is that her daughter, right?
Yeah, her daughter's in the middle.
Look how pretty Bronwyn. Yeah, she really looks different.
I think Bronwyn's really pretty too. She's a nice lady.
Me too. I think she's beautiful. Every picture I see of her, I like. So this is the thing. This is what's pissing me off about these people. Can I get back to you guys? Where am I? Oh my God, where am I? Oh no. Oh no.
You're
I lost you guys.
I'm right here.
Bring me back. Bring me back.
How you doing, Larsa?
I'm excellente. I'm feeling much better today. But whatever's in my house, it got my son good. But we all have different symptoms. So I don't know. My voice was gone first, and then I got a headache, and then I've just been like really tired. And
I hope you had a Merry Christmas.
But then the other people in my house are feeling like straight nauseous, and their stomachs are very upset, and they're also tired and have a little cough, but nobody's voice was affected. So I don't know. It's just something cycling through before the new year so we can be ultra healthy and have all our immunity up. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd Krista go?
I don't know. She had to step away for a while.
Okay, no worries. So yeah, that Bronwyn thing, that's crazy, isn't I saw that posted yesterday for her.
Yeah, I seen
and
that.
I was like, that was very touching. And then she shared the pictures of how her mom and dad would even join in on greeting Todd at the airport dressed in costumes. It was hilarious.
Welcome back, Krista.
Great sport.
Brittany B, hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Nice to meet
You're
you.
welcome.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
People. Let me make sure you're not me. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get out and then come back in and interrupt you guys. I just saw these people. Oh, nice. Last night I was on Tony Atwood's channel really late, like 1 a.m. for like an hour.
I seen that one.
Oh yeah, but you saw me all the way to the end.
Yeah, I seen it. Oh, I didn't see it all the way to the end, but I seen part of it.
Yeah, I got on in, and I think they stayed on longer, but they were trying to get me on sooner, but then I didn't see them. But I hope a lot of people subscribe to my channel. So, and then whoever you guys found me, I'm extremely grateful, guys. And we were talking about what were we talking? We were talking about what were you
were showing us the Bronwyn thing.
Oh, let me talk about Bronwyn. Okay, so remember how they talked about the dog bite, right? We see the dog bite on the show. She doesn't bring up what she did for the dog. All she does is say she got bit by the dog and Todd, blah, 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 the thing with Todd. She pours her heart out, right? Then another content creator that like really likes Bronwyn, which I do too, found out the story with the dog. And the story was that it was a dog. They were at a dog park, and it was a dog that bit her. He was a foster, and he just needed some medical treatment. And she took responsibility. She said she was thrashing around. It wouldn't have been that bad. She took full responsibility for the bite. Then she ended up paying for the dog's treatment or the medical treatment, and then finding him a home. So the dog that she got bit by, right? She never told the story. And so the content creator brings the story to us, and we're like, it's an amazing story. I'm so glad, because we never hear good stories like that from these freaking housewives. They're always just like literally fighting somebody for their money or stealing money from somebody. And now like she works for she charitable with the Humane Society, right? But then now you have somebody else, there's other people going, oh, well, her dog bit you. Why am I echoing?
You're okay.
No, I'm not. I'm echoing.
Oh, you are? I didn't hear it.
So now people are like, oh, well, her dog bit 2 delivery drivers. So of course she's going to try to do that to mitigate what her dog did. First of all, that is not what does one have to do with the other. Nothing else. She would do that anyway. Whether her dog bit the drivers or not. First of all, I've had boxers my whole life. They've never been anybody. They've always been very docile. I don't know how her boxers would happen, but they're probably protecting their home. If they bit 2 delivery drivers, obviously something's going with that. But that had nothing to do with what happened at the dog park. Now, even if her dog got in a fight at the dog park with that dog and they don't know which dog bit her, that doesn't make a damn difference. She still paid for the other dog's treatment and found them at home. She still was charitable enough to did that without telling anybody. So people are turning it around now on her. They're like literally trying to make it look like she's like a bad person. Everything she does, they try to like destroy it. People on social media. It's ridiculous. And I don't see why people don't like her. She literally tells him.
And I don't know, that feels like it could be Lisa Barlow kind of thing. Like maybe Bronwyn is becoming a fan favorite, sticking up to Lisa. So now somebody's doing a smear campaign on her. That kind of has happened before on Salt Lake City, where we like somebody and all of a sudden all this stuff starts coming out from someplace and all this animosity. So I don't know, maybe it's manufactured, because that doesn't seem like a logical response after somebody gets harmed like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she did it because she, out of her kindness of her heart, like she did it. She would have done it regardless of the show. I think anyway, somebody to take it and turn it around. First of all, and then she didn't even bring it to the story to us. Somebody else did. And whether somebody brought it up, she said that person out to us, I don't care. I'm glad that somebody did bring the story to us. But for somebody to turn it around again, I feel like they're doing it. They did to Monica. Monica came in honest about her bullshit. So did Bronwyn. Monica came in trying to be friends with everybody, but wasn't taking any shit from anybody, just like Bronwyn. Now, what did they do to Monica? They they literally turned everything around and got rid of her.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and if they do this to Bronwyn, I'm telling you, because now Dana, for some reason, is mad at Lisa Barlow, which I'm glad. And I don't know why. She hasn't told me why. And she said something else really fucked up happens. And I hope it's Heather Von Teese. I hope Heather is exposed as the new Von Teese, which is the Finsta that was messaging Lisa about Whitney's Alibaba stuff, buying Alibaba for $1.50. Exactly, because I know, and I think she's definitely the one behind this account, and that making Lisa, let Lisa take the blame for it. It's definitely not Lisa telling Dana shit, because they said Lisa does coke, so I don't think Lisa would tell somebody she does cocaine.
Right.
So,
I don't think she would tell somebody, but I think if you were close enough, you might have seen her.
Exactly. And why would somebody, you have to know exactly filming and say, and that's
that would totally explain why she only eats junk food. People who have like addictions like that, they love the sugar, they love the fast food, they can't eat regular food, they don't even have a taste for it.
What do you think's wrong with Meredith? Why do you think that? What's this throwing up thing, crying thing? Do we know? Or
I don't know that she was throwing up. Like I said before, I can cry hard enough thinking about my dad that I start dry heaving. And you would think I was in here having an episode of throw up because I'm dry heaving. But it does not explain that she was in there dry heaving, crying about someone else being slut shamed.
Exactly. It didn't make sense at all to me. It didn't. And it's like, what is she crying about? Like, really? Like, I thought maybe she was sick. Like she had cancer or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It was weird. But somebody said something was wrong with her. But then she actually says on the Nick Vile podcast, she's like, I had some health issues I was going through. Remember she had the breast thing done? She said it was a breast reduction. Maybe she had something removed.
I don't know. She didn't seem,
and covered it up, and then I don't know. Her hair looked kind of funky. She had a wig on, it looked like the other night. At that dinner table, it looked like she was wearing, her hair looked kind of weird. It kind of looked like she was wearing a wig or extensions. I'm just saying. I don't think I think I'm really far out, the really far reach, but I wouldn't want to tell people she did have a breast kind of reduction. She said, and they were laughing at her like, ha ha ha. She always gets this done. She's always getting this done. She could have had something removed and she might have had some kind of treatment. I don't know. And she didn't want to tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense, but
I don't know why. I mean, the other lady's sitting there with stitches all over her whole body from getting shreds by a dog, but you're not going to share with your friends in 7 years that something's going on with you. We don't want to know then, Meredith. Never mind.
I know. And it's like, why are you? Because you could tell. I actually believe that she was crying and throwing up. I do. And I think that there's a reason that Brittany's saying it and doesn't, and she wants it to be revealed. I think people know. I don't know. I could be just speculating. It's just weird that they brought it up if they're not going to talk about it after this. Because it was a thing. She probably was, I don't know. But So
I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think she was throwing up, crying over somebody else being called a slut, or was she really mad at herself, crying that she didn't cuss Lisa out sooner for her slut shaming her, telling her that she sleeps with everybody in New York?
I mean, that's definitely not why she was thrown up and crying. You know, she said I wasn't thrown up, I was crying, but I definitely think it was both. And that is kind of weird. She was getting sick. You're right. She never, and there's a couple of times where she was sleeping and didn't want to really be in the Sprinter van. And maybe she gets like nauseous driving. But like, I would get nauseous driving with a bunch of people. I wouldn't want to be around them. I'd be like, I don't know. I would sleep like her, I guess. I don't know. I feel like something's going on with her. Maybe she doesn't, I don't know. It's weird. Like she should say if it is something. Maybe it's something like, maybe it is just something she could get removed and they just happen to have to give her some kind like chemo pills or something, you know? So it's not like she's getting an actual treatment. It's like the pills, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but remember an issue with her pharmaceuticals? I don't know. I definitely don't think that she feels close enough to anybody on that cast except for Mary, maybe Mary.
Oh yeah, she did. Wasn't she like, where were they when they had to pull over the Sprinter van and she felt horrible? Where was that this cast?
Yes. No, that was Beverly Hills. Remember, I think it was Crystal.
Oh yeah, that was Crystal, and her hands were shaking and numb, and
yes, and that really like a really scary kind of sick or something. But Meredith, I mean, I don't know. We could Lisa or Taco Bell Pepsi. I know. Lisa's broke, guys. Lisa's getting sued by a lot of people. And I think she's actually winning some of her lawsuits, the 400,000 ones, which is odd because they didn't have a real contract. So they lent her money for her tequila, for the tequila. And they didn't get anything back. Like they didn't use it. They didn't, whatever. I don't know. It's weird. Oh God. What? No. Definitely. I think she's 40. Wait, how old is Meredith? Maybe 40?
Yeah, I think well, it could be one last baby if her and Seth
You're
are hitting it the right way.
Yeah, 40s, you can have babies. Definitely.
Yeah, I had my last kid when I was 44, you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I'm like, no, you're younger than me because you have a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Hey.
Dustin, I forgot. You called me.
Yeah.
Everything okay? I missed a call from you, Dustin.
Oh.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either. Like she could be on something. You're right. She could be, and it could be some kind of withdrawal or something, or just sick from drinking on it.
I don't feel like talking about it right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it was for a reason. We'll talk later, babe.
Yeah, I believe that something's up. Maybe we'll find out soon. Holy shit, it's been 2.5 hours. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I don't even want to go yet though. Maybe do a separate one. Oh, I want to do a separate one, maybe, but I want to talk about what the live that you did, but I don't. Should we do a separate one on that?
Which live?
Did you do one this morning or something? Is that what?
I did one yesterday and I did one on Christmas Eve.
Because I've been watching what's happening and I've been trying to keep my mouth. I don't, but I don't. I like so great. I like really disagreeing with what's going on out there and what they've been saying about people. But
yeah, I haven't heard anything. Are you talking about the owl, the black owl, and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything else about that from that sphere. I know that Jax, she went live like on Christmas Day.
We all have been they've been going live it's been going back and forth ever since that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, they don't stop. They have to stop. Denot on. There's like a whole group of people going after Jag, Maggie, and Sean, and all that. Like it's one group against the other, but they're not really. It's like I don't know. I on Maggie's side. I stick up for. I just. That one night I didn't agree with what was happening, and then I'm not going to get in the middle of something because they're going back and forth making money off of each other. But I also don't like the fact that people just jump in her chat that are like Jag people, and they're like blah blah blah. It's like go the fuck away, man. Like what are you doing? What are you doing here? It's like, and if you hate somebody so much, why are you perpetuating? It's like they're perpetuating hate. Yeah, because they don't like Jag. There are a group of people that perpetuate hate all the time, and then Maggie's not. And that's what I don't
It's
want.
definitely a team that side or a team this side. People just aren't. There's not. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of middle ground with.
And then what kind of journalists are they? I'm just saying, like, it's not. The only people that want to watch you guys fight are people. They're not going to last. And I really want her to start doing. I'm not going to tell people what to do, but she's really likes doing this, and I think she'd be. She did a couple videos about the Royals, but I really love her, and I want her to get out of this, like pull herself out of this mess, because a lot of things are happening that, like, I don't want her to get pulled into. Like, people are missing, and she was getting scared about that, and that's freaky because she's not used to this world that Jag lives in, you know, where you have to worry about like watching your back 24/7. And then that's what the whole lie was about, you know, like somebody was missing and then we found him, he's away. But, you know, I love the fact that a lot of people came together to find Ronnie, but that was a good thing. But then I have all this other stuff being so nasty, you know. Thank you. But yeah, I love talking about how
weekend too, darling.
I really appreciate you guys too. I love when Larger comes up.
Yeah, we have a great time. I love you, Krista.
I love you.
If you do come back, I'll come back too.
Okay.
But I gotta go check on the little one. I told you he wasn't feeling great. He was,
okay.
He's in there talking about he needs some ginger ale.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you come back, I'll come back too, Krista.
All right. Yeah. So I probably should stay away from that content, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. You know, Mims knows what Mims is talking about.
Yeah, I'd say
he does not get caught up in the stuff.
What was on? Was Southern Charm on last night? No, Southern Charm wasn't even. I'm trying to think what we can cover, but I could cover Southern Charm from last week because there's or I can go through the you know what? I'll go through the Bravo mini interviews and stuff that happened.
Oh, the after hours, the after.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sutton did an interview recently too for Page 6. Check out the Page 6 interviews and see if you want to talk about any of that, because I like their interviews, and I know Sutton was over their house, and Dorito was over there not too long ago too, I believe. And now there's some rumor they're like Sutton is going to fall from the Queen or something, that everybody's going to turn on Sutton, and I have no idea why we would turn on Sutton.
Wow. All right, guys. So that's what I'll do. Everybody that's watching, I'll get it. I'll make a thumbnail real quick. Probably what time is it? So it is my time.
It's 1:11 where I am. It's almost Marcel's new tattoo.
It's 3:10 my time.
What's her new tattoo?
Her new tattoo was 11:11. Remember?
Oh, it's 11. Where you? Okay. Oh wow, it's 4:20 here. It was 4:20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll be ready for when you come back.
Yeah. It's 4:20.
If I don't do that. Is Krista, when you are feeling under the weather, you still 420, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm convinced it makes me get better faster.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when I try not to, I feel worse, and then I'll just go ahead and indulge. And really, the medicinal effects, I feel a little better. Like, yeah,
I know. I'm telling you, that's the first thing I think about when I have when I don't feel like I'm like, oh, I need this to make. I'm like, I'm telling you, it really does. It's like painkillers never really killed the pain. It just made you not care about it. That's kind of what weed does. But, all right. Yeah. I'll get some of those clips together. Everybody watch it. It'll be Bravo content we'll talk about and stuff.
Yeah. Because we're all missing our Bravo this week, man.
I know. So I'll get some.
I was like, I looked at Peacock. I was like, so not one new episode of anything. I was like,
I have a Dolores, some stuff on Dolores, and I found something else. I'm fighting with Teresa again, but I'm not gonna bring that to here, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. But I found the Dolores clip. I'll bring that. Okay. Yeah. I'll bring some stuff. Like, because the reality blurb and all that, they're like, in what's it called? In Page 6. I'll do it in Page 6. I'll be back, guys.
Yeah.
Send the link. I don't have my phone, so it's hard for me to send that to share it, but I'll try. But I'll make it.
Where's your phone at?
You guys make sure you smash your buttons. Everybody who's here, let's go leave a comment right after the video and see if it really helps. And then she'll be able to tell us in the analytics how well it helps. So I'm promising to go right as soon as you end it. I'll make a comment. And everybody who's here, please try to just make a comment, a smile, an emoji, anything.
Yeah, anything. A like, comment. Even you already like that one. Make a comment. Just anything, emoji, because that really lets them know that people still care, that want to watch and all that crap. Are you going to watch the Traders? I think I am. Yeah. Did it start yet? If there's a trailer for it, I'll pull it up.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna watch that. I love Traders. And
Definitely.
Chanel Ayan is gonna be on there.
Yeah.
And who else is gonna be on there? There's gonna be some good Traders on here this time.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the finale? That's one thing that was a new.
I didn't see the finale.
On Peacock last night was House of Villains finale.
Oh, the Peacock finale?
Yeah,
I didn't watch
the
it.
House of Villains finale.
Nice. I haven't watched it. I
That was
keep saying I'm going to. Oh my god. Maybe I'll pull some stuff of that. Okay. All right. Give me like 45 minutes or so. Not even.
No worries. We could do an hour, 45 minutes, whatever.
5 o'clock ish my time.
Okay.
45 minutes.
Well, you got.
Dustin,
okay.
Dustin, don't go anywhere. I got to ask you about my phone real quick. All right. Guys,
Okay.
I'll make sure you guys come back, please, and leave a comment for me. I really, really appreciate it. Anything after this is over in the comment section. It should go right to it. I love you guys.
Okay.
Peace.
Please comment, like, subscribe. Oh, large, you have all large stuff too.